Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Nutty Playbook. We are in session 4 of Blades of Bahamut, into our Halloween session where we are trying to cosplay our best while role-playing. So some of us are looking better than the others, and those people know who are doing good.
Not naming any names now. Come on.
But I hope everybody's having a fun and safe Halloween. We will also be doing, the other group will be doing a session tomorrow, and then check us in 4 p.m. Central Time Saturday for our Call of Cthulhu session. Because we got a lot going on for tonight's session, we're just going to go right into it. So, where you all last left off, we're investigating Wizard's Hope. You started figuring out that one of the wizards that call this their home, as you found out that they were kind of taking notes and trying to figure out what the people inside the mansion were doing. Picking up some pieces of information, kind of putting two and two together with a few things, adding up some of the major puzzle piece that you have left in front of you. The enchantment that protected the tower from magical insight was temporarily disabled as the mutated Minitour charges towards the tower, sensing your presence. As you all had a battle, eventually you could hear the banshee-like scream of a creature, almost like it's summoning it back. And that's where we left off. Mm-hmm. So, I know because we were on a different level, you guys were kind of in different spots, but you guys can kind of say where you want to be in the tower right now. And you can, I know, Gaju, if you want to try to pull up your token this time, see if it works.
We all on the third floor?
Give it a shot.
You can be wherever you want to be. We'll just say time has happened. You guys can move around. And you can put wherever you want to be.
How much time has gone around?
Since what?
Since we left off. This is like moments after.
Oh,
since the wall got knocked down.
Since the wall knocked down, and so at this point, you lost sight of the Minotaur. It's probably been about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, y'all. I'm just trying to. To find familiar.
Let's see if I can.
Can you actually remove my token real quick?
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's see if this works. Please work.
There's two of me too. Oh, I can move both of them.
Isn't one of them your spiritual weapon?
No. Here, I'll take this one off.
Oh, thanks.
We got 2 Monreal.
No, I nat 1 to my spiritual weapon, so it left me.
Only 2 Monreals? Double check. That doesn't sound like enough.
I bet it's part of one of the 23 mysterious items.
Monreal is plenty.
A simulacrum. Yay! I have Bestie. Finally, somebody who gets it.
No luck, Gaju?
Hold on. We're seeing if ad block does anything.
I have this one. Hair! Get back! Back, I say. There it is.
And wig hair, too. Never fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is my actual hair. Thank goodness.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, but it got stuck on the glue.
That's like half the reason why I originally started growing out my hair. It's like, you know what? If I grow my hair, I don't need wigs anymore. I forgot that every character I cosplay has black hair. So, yeah, no.
Well, that's the temporary color is for. See, my thing is I keep cosplaying gingers, but I can't grow mine past about here. So
I don't think I can pull off naturally black hair. That's just me.
I bet you look amazing.
No, I appreciate that.
Bet you could.
Get it together. Put that attitude back.
Still not working.
Okay, I'll pull you. Where would you like to be placed?
Where did
actually,
the wall
let me
break?
check something real quick to make sure
Well,
that
the
you.
wall was what broke over here.
Yeah, 'cause I
Here,
think...
I'm gonna change a setting and see if you can control now. Try it now.
Yay!
Yay!
I literally just disabled your control and re-enabled it. So
Oh.
just
Well, it seems to be working,
it
so
worked.
thank you.
No less fills. Turn it off and turn it back on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
I'd even blow
Roll-
on it or wait
roll
30
20
seconds.
poltergeist,
It was just pretty
strike
simple.
again.
Unbelievable.
So, like, is this cushions and stuff up here?
Cushions, yes. There are different pillows and cushions. It's decorated a little more neatly than I displayed it as. It looks like this was kind of like what you can assume is kind of like a little hidey hole where maybe whoever was reading, if they wanted to just kind of fall into kind of like a knapsack kind of cushion, this is where they kind of went.
Okay, so at some point in the 10 minutes between when the thing took off and all the adrenaline went off, you guys just kind of see Dira sort of stalk over there and go, and you kind of sit with her head on her knees.
Okay.
She is a bit banged up.
I am very banged up myself.
Also, if you guys decide to stay in here for, let's say, an hour or two, if you guys decide to commit that, even though we don't have to say physically real time 2 hours, you can call yourself for short rest.
That is the discussion I am opening up. Because we can use healing. How quickly do we need to start doing stuff? Is a question.
I was gonna say, how banged up is Dira?
I
Like,
am
are
in
you
single
less than
digits.
half health?
Oh yeah, I'm at a third.
Okay.
And the way I
Usually I might
process
be at a
short rest,
quarter.
just in case
Yeah,
you're
I'm at a
curious,
quarter.
is you can walk around, you can do whatever, you can read, but if it's anything that requires physical exertion, as long as it doesn't require that, you're good to have a short rest. So if you decide to move any objects or really do any hardcore research, you're good.
Could I cast Channel Divinity, which would give me 15 hit points that I can disperse among anyone that needs them, as long as they're under half health?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Can I find my familiar? I lost that sucker days ago.
Oh.
I need an hour?
I was gonna say that's an hour ritual, my dear.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, it's not an extraneous ritual, so you could do that.
Okay.
Also,
great.
you feel like I think you're pulling yourself away from the mic because you seem to be getting quieter. Unless it's just me.
Am
Yeah.
I?
There we go. That's
There.
better.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's not
mic-
picking you up the way it should be.
The mic is just so high up and I'm so little.
Oh.
So are we doing the short rest, guys?
Do we
It's-
have time for anything
It's-
longer?
It's up to you. So you were never given really a specific time upon return. You were just kind of given importance of needing to complete this task with urgency.
Yeah. So it's a strategic question. Can we afford the hour versus can we afford going into whatever we're going into in our current state?
Well, the Minotaur was called away, so I think we should be okay.
We gotta be our
I ain't
best
gonna
if
argue.
we want to complete this mission.
I don't know
Once
about
Bella.
you all, but I
Pl-
need a nap.
Plus, these dogs are barking.
I'll do what we need to, but I could use a little sit down.
I'll keep watch
Okay.
while the rest of you.
So if
Wanna
anybody wants to
rest.
keep watch, other than Zephinia, well, who else wants to keep watch other than Zephinia?
I have a suggestion before we decide watch. We're kind of exposed on this third floor now, yes?
Yeah.
Would it maybe make sense, everyone, if we went maybe to the first floor, so if someone comes, we know that they're coming?
That
Probably
seems
a
like a
good
good
idea.
idea.
Wait a second.
Put some space.
I have a question. If
Huh?
we're on the third floor, who's gonna get us? But very, very tall people.
Like the one that came 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, they were very tall. I mean, outside of them, are we worried? I feel like being on the first floor.
There's a
makes-
storm creature out there,
Yeah.
So
and we've got a
will
big
tell
old
you,
hole
as
in the
far
wall.
as you guys have at least discovered so far, you haven't been able to create like a baseline as far as this is like actually what happens. But so far of what you've seen of the Minotaur first, you will hear him before he comes. He's not quiet. It's just you didn't hear before when you're inside the tower because the tower was contained. Now that it's exposed, you'd be able to hear his footsteps, which you currently don't. It was very much like when you were in the storage floor for the horses. You could hear it moving when it was coming to you. As far as the spirit, you do know that the winds get a lot more vicious, almost so much so that you can't. You almost have to fight back against the winds when it happens. So that would be like a kind of a forewarning that she's at least coming in your direction, whether she's actively looking for you or she's just moving in your direction.
Will it be better to see them coming if we stay up here and one person watches, or would it be better to go downstairs and not know if they came in through the upper story?
Yeah, that's probably true.
There is also a very nice, very fluffy looking bed downstairs. I just am talking out loud. And maybe food. Oh.
I think if one person stays and watches this window, the rest of the tower should be secure. They can't get in the front door, correct?
So you don't really know how the front door necessarily operates about getting in and out. I mean, you guys were able to get in without any problem. You didn't have to make any checks to open up the door. The door wasn't locked for you. So if you want to investigate the door for any magical properties or a locking mechanism, you could, but you don't know from up here.
Or barricade it?
There is a very big piano.
There's furniture down there.
You could. The door does open into the tower, so you could barricade it.
So
I'll go along with what anybody wants right now.
I am making my way downstairs.
I'm gonna stay up by the gaping hole in the wall and post there.
Do we
Okay, so
do we need more than a short rest?
no, I mean,
Because we can we can spend hit point or hit dice to get
the
back.
only
what we
thing
need
that
on
some of you
short.
might lose out on from a long rest would be getting spells back.
That's
I only have one spell left.
I also only have, I think, one spell slot left.
So
I think I'm okay on those. So yeah, because I spent my.
So it's up to you. As far as time, since you officially came to the town, it's been at least a couple hours. So, depending on how you want to translate urgency, depends on if you think you need to keep moving forward or if you think that maybe you're making good time.
Oh no.
From what it looks like, we're the only ones they've sent. So
I think we're the only ones left that they're going to send.
I think that's the key right there. And we saw some of those other goobers.
Freaking goobers.
Those freaking goobers.
Those goofy goobers.
I'd kick them if I could, but I can't reach that high.
I'm allergic, so.
Anyways,
you got a goober allergy?
Well, in the sense that goobers are goobers are a nickname for peanuts, yes.
Oh, right. Sure.
I'm exhausted, y'all. I still have that really bad tummy ache, and I could just really use a rest. I need a nap.
Okay. So it's
sounding
like long rest?
yeah.
I do want a long rest.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea what time of day it is?
It's hard to tell because of the storm. You can go up to third floor and look outside, and if you want to, I'll allow you to do it if you have either proficiency in nature, investigation, or I'll just say one of those two. If you're proficient in either nature or investigation, I'll allow you to roll regularly by looking up the sky and see if you can actually kind of figure it out.
What about survival?
Survival, you could do it, but it'd be disadvantage. But
I rolled a 17 with investigation.
Nice. Anyone else?
Excited.
Or just that? Sounds like
Try their survival with
can go.
disadvantage.
okay.
Oh, I don't know what time it is.
Okay. Dahlia, you look up, you try to take measurements, you're trying to figure out everything with the occasional break-in of the clouds and seeing a little bit of light coming through. Based off how low it is, you can't be exact, but you assume if you could at least see through a light, it's probably sunset, but you can't be specific on the time.
That's why a bed sounds so good right now. It is about time to go to sleep.
Well, I'm not going to do any better with that with the 10 on survivals.
Not really.
Based on the way the wind is moving and the trajectory of the sun, it is about sunset time. So, yes.
Okay. So it sounds like everybody's gonna try to find a way to fall asleep, other than Zephania, who's gonna watch. Sounds right.
Well, in that case, we should take shifts on watch.
Okay.
If we're going to do a
I'll
long
take
rest.
one.
Okay.
Guess I'll take the second one.
So
Here's my question: can I count that first shift as a short rest and spend a couple of hit dice?
if it's uninterrupted by anything, yes,
Right.
allowed to be a short rest.
All right.
Yes.
I will let you decide that when we get past that hour.
Okay. So everybody who's not on watch, you all decide to find your specific spots, bed, couch, wherever, to find what you deem comfortable or at least usable enough to get your allotted 8 hours, or if shorter, depending on your race.
Okay, I'm just going to stay right on these cushions.
All right.
I'm going to that bed.
For our two watchers, are you both going to take the third floor, or are you going to separate in the different spots of the tower?
I'm gonna stay third floor.
Okay.
I'll go down to the first.
Okay. Also, I know we were talking about it, but I don't know if we did it. Did we barricade the door?
I would say
The
yes.
first floor?
Yeah.
I probably would if I was going down there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
first door is barricaded. All right, so both of you who are on watch, give me perception checks on each for the floors that you're essentially defending. So this is Finia with a 15.
15.
Perception?
Correct.
That is a unnatural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
spooky.
Through the time that has been taken, a couple hours, nothing really happens. A couple more hours, nothing really eventful comes into place. For the third floor, you do notice about halfway through the long rest. By this time, nothing happens, so you do get your short rest. You do see that it's far enough where you can't hear them, but you do see like the somewhat blackened glimpse throughout the rain of the Minotaur, kind of like making a pacing movement in the town, not close to you. It looks like it's just like doing a standard guard duty where it just goes to the end of one street, turns around, comes back to the mansion, turns around, go back to the other end of the street, and just keeps doing it in a repetition for about an hour until it goes back to a spot you can't see, somewhere near the mansion. For the first floor, after about another couple hours, 6 hours into a long rest, you occasionally start hearing something smack against the door. Even with the barricade there, you can kind of tell it doesn't sound like it's necessarily trying to get in. It sounds like it's specifically shaking the walls of the tower, and since the only piece that's movable is the door is really what's shaking. You eventually start feeling the stones start rattling a little bit, but really the door is shaking as you can start feeling the wind kind of surround. At that point, the person who's on the third floor, you do notice the wind is getting pretty vicious, but not so much so that you have a fear that it's the spirit. you just notice that even within the town, you can actually see the rain go down and then start cutting almost in a straight line vertically.
Okay.
All right.
All in all,
Well,
uneventful, and everybody completes their long rest without
oh,
interruption.
hallelujah.
For the first 3 hours of my watch, could I have kind of been standing like near the hatch trying to use my mold earth cantrip to see if I can get that brick open?
Sure.
Okay, what do I need to do for that?
Mold earth. Let's see. Yeah. All right, so you can, if you target an area of loose earth, you can instantaneously excavate it, move it along the ground, deposit it 5 feet away. You can cause shapes, colors in both pairs. Okay. So I'd say you can cast it. You take like a few minutes and you cast it on it, and you're literally able to manipulate the enchantment on the ground, and you're able to slide the door, or slide the false panel of stone into the crevice as if someone opened it from the bottom.
So now it's open.
It's open. You got a 5x5 square in the ground, and you do see that there is like a built-in, kind of aged metal ladder that goes against this stone wall. Almost kind of looks shaped like a sewer tunnel going in, and from this distance, you can't really see how far it goes down.
So I guess as soon as I'm done with that, I probably would have like sat down beside it, kind of got myself comfy, and then just like sat there for the rest of the watch with my dagger, just to make sure that like nothing came out of that hatch, but also nothing came through the door, and then completed the long rest.
I'll include your perception check into keeping an eye on that as well as the door. Whether it drops so far that it goes out of your hearing range or what, you don't hear anything in there. You occasionally hear maybe a drop of water here or there, as if like there's a little bit of moisture down at the base. But other than that, you don't hear any footprints, you don't hear any movement, you don't hear any dragging or anything. No sounds that would give you any inkling to believe that someone is at least within the vicinity of the base of the ladder.
That's it for me.
Okay, so long rest is completed for everybody who didn't do the watch. You all can press your long rest button, get your spells back, heal yourself. For the two that did the protection, do you both need a long rest as well?
Yes.
You do.
However, I only need a trance.
Okay, so you just need the 4 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Need a short rest.
Okay. Well, you would have taken your short rest while you were on watch, because nothing happened, so you can take that. So while Gaju decides to take the mental sleep, for the next 4 hours, while they're doing that, what would everybody else like to do after the long rest is completed?
I want to find the kitchen.
Okay. By the way, Gaju, did you decide to take your meditation right over by the hole?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So whether or not he mentioned it to the rest of you or not, you do see that there's a spot that you guys were originally trying to figure out how to open up, and while he's just in like a very zen moment, you all do see an open small panel that for any of you who are a little bit taller might be a little bit of a tight squeeze to get down, but it would be essentially right here.
All right. Well, I see him meditating there, so whatever else other people are doing, I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on the hole and on him.
Okay.
While he's.
Yeah. If you're gonna
I'm just kind of sitting there
here.
I'm just kind of sitting there cross-legged with like my tail cape like draped over me to like keep me decently warm, but like comfy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Dira, just give me a perception check, just kind of on protection racket to make sure nothing like randomly just jumps out or anything grabs your attention from the actual tunnel.
All right, that's a 17.
Okay. While that's going on, everybody else who's not those two, is there anything you want to do?
Kitchen.
Okay, so you
Keep
do.
watch
You
on
choose.
the gaping hole.
But at the same time, this hole could have some very good salami in it. Can I go take a look at it too?
Sure. Okay, you can give me an investigation check to actually actively look down the hole without actually going into it.
I'm just saying people keep their best, most expensive foods in a cellar.
Fair enough.
That's a 16.
16. Between
Find some-
you and Dira, I mean, you don't really smell any foods down there, but it does smell pretty rank. It kind of smells like maybe this tunnel doesn't have any ventilation source, so all that moisture and humidity just gets trapped down there.
Oh, okay, it's not the bathroom.
You do smell other things, but that's really the one thing that grabs your attention right away is just its straight mildewy moisture. As far as Dira, you kind of focus in a little bit as you take the time, and you start to notice that it sounds like maybe there's a stream that runs down there. You do hear a slight, very, very quiet from this distance, a constant motion of water. It doesn't seem fast. It doesn't seem aggressive. It just... you can
Like an underground stream.
Yeah. Just something simple. Anybody
Could
else?
I cast dancing lights into it and see if that works there?
Sure. How far does dancing lights go?
So they can move up to 60 feet, and light things with dim light.
Okay.
And I can cast 4.
Okay,
Up to 4.
So you cast them down as far as you can to 60 feet. As they go as far as they can, they do not hit the bottom.
I'm staying away from this hole. I'm going to
That's a
go
long way
find
down.
the kitchen somewhere else.
Okay.
Yes, I think maybe we should not go near the hole just yet.
Now, just to let you know,
At least
too,
not in it.
Wizard's Hope is on a hill compared to the rest of the town.
Okay.
So take that with what you will.
Okay.
So might need to go down through the hill before it gets to the rest of the tunnel system.
Okay.
I'll say through all this, you were able to complete your meditation. Your long rest is complete. You can click on the long rest button if you like. And you all have completed your short rest, long rest, whatever you needed to get done. Nothing eventful has really happened outside during this time. The wind has kind of calmed down a little bit in the past half an hour. It kind of actually suddenly did. It went from an aggressive storm to now going back to when you guys arrived, where it was windy, but it wasn't like you go outside and the wind is literally legitimately almost busting through your skin. So it's kind of calmed down for what it was. What would you all like to do?
Looks like the wind has died down a little. Do we want to trek overland to the mansion or another way?
You can try. I feel like in one of the books that we read, it said as soon as you got to the mansion, wind had picked up and the storm creature came over.
Yeah.
I might be dreaming this.
No, there was something about that.
Kind of look.
No, you're right.
And
I think all of the
I wanna
creatures getting
say-
aggressive.
I'd say there was less aggression if we went in without our weapons drawn.
Yes. Bringing only one item, hoping not noticed. Most.
Yeah, everyone has to
Most
get
enchant
naked. I
item.
really remember that. That was.
Maybe not
Yes,
that
that was your
much, but-
interpretation.
I can press to digitate.
Well, we could
all
take the tunnel.
clothes, but I mean, I think we should probably just be on the safe side.
I'd like my
It'll be okay if we just
clothes on.
I'm
throw
staying in my
weapons away.
clothes. I'm staying in my armor. But
Should we try and
what
make
it
our
said
way?
about
Or we could
Yeah.
take the tunnel.
Ooh.
it's a long way down. Might be worth checking out. I don't know.
So I'll give you the distance of relatively movement. So you guys are here right now.
Mhm.
Front door. Theoretically, even if you guys decided to take falling damage by dropping down the cliff, running between the buildings and getting there, at the storm right now's pace, if you get decent constitution checks, it would take you 3 turns of checks to make it to the front door. That's taking into account that the wind doesn't get any more aggressive, and that you decide to put caution to the wind and say screw obstacles. You'll take a few points of damage to go through obstacles quicker. If you decide to take your time, maybe be a little more cautious, hide behind some houses, take the long way around Wizard's Hope to make it down so you can get down the correct path. 5-6 turns depending on the approach you make. That's if you go outside. I'm not taking account if you went down in the tunnel.
Yeah, I was like, is this a sign? Should we go in the tunnel or no?
You could try the
The,
tunnel.
I don't mind going underground. It sounds like there's some water down there, like a stream. So there's
Which
connects
does
up
mean
to
that there's
something.
eventually an exit.
Exactly. Whether
The
it's the one we
pole
want,
arm-
I don't know. But it seems like that map we got would indicate that there is.
The pole arm that I picked up has a 100-foot grappling hook.
Mm-hmm.
We could
Oh, wow.
probably propel down that and not
You're
take fall
absolutely
damage.
Right.
Well, there's in case the ladder doesn't go all the way down,
Yeah.
or in case it's too rickety. Cool.
Okay. So you guys are gonna.
I'm
go down
thinking
the
that might be the wiser way to go.
All right.
What do
We
y'all
could at
think?
least have more cover.
Mm.
I'll go for it. I'll
My
try
last
it.
run-in with the Minotaur was not fun, so I am okay with this.
I did not enjoy that.
Let's not
Be
let's
okay
not
with
do it again.
avoiding him.
Okay.
Who's first?
I'll go down
Go.
first.
Okay.
So brave.
Are we using ladder or are you gonna use the grapple?
I'll start with the ladder, and then maybe
First.
if God, you can put the grapple down in case we need it.
Mhm.
Do you put the grapple down at its full extent?
Did not reach.
Yes.
Okay. You do notice that it stops and you still got 20 feet of slack.
It's about 100 feet.
Okay. So
We can handle that.
it's 80 feet down.
Mm-hmm.
Just take it slow.
Okay.
Yeah,
So if you're taking the ladder, what's your movement speed, Dira?
30.
30. Okay. Move down 30 feet. You do
Alright.
notice at certain points, you can notice that if you press down too hard on some of the feet of the ladder, it does feel like if you press down too hard, they will break due to rust and tension. But you make it down 30 feet without a problem.
All right. Mind your footing. Some of these are a bit rusted.
Who's next?
Go.
Okay. So, Phinia, are you going to take the ladder or are you going to still use the grappling hook as a backup?
Oh, and I'm going to have tucked my spoon in the front of my uniform. So we've got a
Okay.
little lighter on this.
So you're giving it a illuminated glow.
Hearing Dira say, watch out, I'm going to use the grappling hook as backup
Okay. Since you're going to use the...
to be on the safe side.
Okay. So you're going to use it or you're still going to use the ladder but just kind of like have it there?
Use the ladder, but have it there, like,
Okay, got it. All right.
hold on to it as I go down.
What's your movement speed?
It is 30.
Okay. So you make it just right above Dira. Again, no problems. You were given forewarning of the actual damage to the ladder, and you were able to avoid any breaking. Anybody else going to go down?
I think I'd like to do the
Me
next
too.
section before anyone else comes down. We probably don't want to put too much weight on this at once.
Okay.
Probably for the best.
So you move
Yeah.
down another 30 feet. At this point, wait, you don't have dark vision, right?
I do not.
She has a
That's why I've got
spoon.
my
You have the
spoon.
spoon. Your spoon naturally gives like a 5-foot aura, I believe.
Let me
5
see.
foot of bright light and then 5 foot of dim light outside.
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. You do start noticing that once you get down another 30 feet, so 60 feet down, you do start noticing that the cavern tunnel that you're going down is getting wider and wider. It started to turn. It stopped going from a shaft, and now you're into an actual cavern itself.
Does the ladder keep going straight? Like
It
into
keeps going
in
straight
air?
down, but now it's no longer pressed up against the wall. It's now
Right.
just
So it's
hanging.
kind of in the air.
Yep.
All right. It's gonna widen out down here. The ladder isn't against the wall anymore. So be cautious.
Do you want to keep going down, or do you want to allow?
I'm gonna keep going down.
Okay, so you make it down all the way. Sophinia, you'll be able to see the.
And then I'm gonna
her
steady the
light.
rope as
Okay.
well.
You do see her light at the base. You don't really see much around that, but you do see that she at least stopped at a ground floor. Now you at least have a rough assessment of how far you got to go. You do know that, Dira, as you got down to the bottom, Sophinia, you started feeling a shake to the ladder as the exposed part of the ladder was very loose. And now you start noticing that it's gonna be a little bit more careful as you go down.
Okay. Question, because this is new to me. If I cast light on something, it's a cantrip. Is that something that I can uncast? Or once I cast it, does it just glow?
It should have a natural thing that just says like you can just choose to disengage the enchantment. So
The light can be colored, something.
let's see, light. You
But
said?
the spell ends if you cast again or dismisses an action.
Okay, so you can just use your action just to disengage the actual spell. Yeah.
Cast light on the ladder and say, I hope this helps.
Okay. Yeah, it actually illuminates
Now we can
the
see
ladder.
where the bad parts of the ladder are.
So you do notice certain breaks of the ladder. The ladder itself does have certain parts where it does look like someone did maybe put down too much weight or maybe rush down it. But you see them, you can make it down safely. If you want to go way to the bottom, you can without having to make any checks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do make it to the bottom. Both of you can give me an investigation check individually at the bottom of the actual ladder to give a rough assessment of where you're at.
That is a whopping 7.
Or
And a 4.
we don't see much.
It's dim, it's dark. You have the light in front of you as far as having Dira's light attached, but if anything, it looks like at the bare minimum, you're in a large cavern that at this current distance, you can't actually see which way the tunnel actually goes. You just see that you're in a large room. Not specifically designed to actually be a livable room, it's just a large cavern. You do see that there is some water underneath you. It's a bit damp, but it's not moving. So whatever water sound you heard, it's not what's your feet are on right now. But you do hear water somewhere. People back up in the tower. Anybody else want to go down?
You two should probably go down first.
Yeah.
I
Rock,
can
paper,
bring up the
scissors.
rear.
Rock, paper, scissors, is it?
Me and you?
Huh? Oh, unless you would like to go. I was thinking Mondriel.
Yeah, I can head down it. I'm pretty light. And you know, me and my friend here, and you hear a soft who, and it's the doctor. Oh, so much has been going on. I didn't even introduce you guys. This is the doctor. And he gives another soft whoo. And
I love him already.
And I'm like, well, I think we're gonna go. What do you think, Doc? Should we head down? And you see a soft head tilt that knocks the hat right off my head, and I'm like, oh, doctor. And I make sure that I've got all of my satchels and bags and bandoliers. I've got everything tightened on me, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And as I put my first foot down on the rung, I look up at you guys, and I'm like, is now a good time to tell you I'm scared of heights? And I'm just like really slowly just creeping down the ladder.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. With the lightweight, the extra caution, and the illuminated ladder, you have no problem making it down. Even if it takes you a little bit of time, you do make it down without a hassle.
Amazing.
You made it. Looking good.
Dahlia.
Great job, Doctor. We did it.
I know how's this.
For you.
Okay. And so I'll go down the ladder too.
Okay.
I'm very sad I couldn't find a kitchen because some salami sounded really good right now. But it's fine. Maybe the mansion has some. So I was going to cook everyone a meal, but nobody knows that. So I'll go down. I'd like my tail to also wrap around the ladder because I really don't trust this thing.
Okay.
As I go down.
Okay. As you're using your tail as a backup support, it takes you a little bit longer, being a little more cautious, but once again, you're able to make it around certain obstacles of the actual ladder. It gets a little rickety, it gets a little shaky, but you make it down, no problem.
Whew. Okay.
Well,
Can I see anything with dark vision in this cavern?
Yes. So, with your 60 feet of dark vision, you do see the cavern itself is relatively about like 40 feet high at its highest point. It kind of comes up as kind of a high-tipped dome as far as the roof is considered. And there's a very, very small, low, like 1-inch puddle of water that takes up most of the room that you're in. As far as you can tell, you can see one exit, which you can assume is due north, one exit that is due east, and an exit that is due south.
Interesting. Okay. Do I find this water as well, or can I see that far?
Well, I mean, you're literally standing in like the 1-inch puddle. Like you can see it, but you can't see where it's coming from.
I can't see the stream?
No, because it looks like this water is kind of like wherever the stream is, like maybe overflowed somewhere, and this is just kind of like the remnants of it.
Oh, okay.
Probably due to the rain.
Well, my boots are dirty now. Okay.
I pressed the
That's military life for you. Boots probably always going to be dirty.
I press to digitate your boots, and they instantly get dirty again, and I'm like, huh. Well, about that. At least, okay. Keep
All right, the
working on
gauntlets
that
are
one.
stopping now because I got to type quotes.
I appreciate the effort.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if I don't know why.
I just, you got dirty boots. You don't like dirty boots. I can help. Monreal's minor magics and mending, and slightly drier boots for a second. I'm still working on the name. I'm gonna workshop it. I gotta do a focus group. I think.
That's it. That's a bit of a mouthful.
But we have a long walk, so we could maybe be your focus group.
I was gonna say, if you guys don't mind, maybe we could,
We could hash it out.
I feel like Monreal's minor magics pretty much covers it.
Yeah. That's
Dahlia?
true.
Dahlia, give me a perception check.
Oh no. God, you're just gonna hear everyone start screaming. Damn, I was so close. Okay. That's still a 16. It was almost a 20 and then it rolled over last minute. I was so sad.
I was scared it was a 1.
I can't mentally handle another one. There's so many last session.
Okay. After doing some investigation, you notice due north there is a familiar kind of sense, something that would make you feel like if there was some really dark magic using infernal properties, it's down this direction.
Sounds so assuring. Okay.
Is this through the dark vision that they're sensing this?
Well, they're partially a tiefling.
Oh, okay.
It's my demon powers activating.
It's a
I'm
heritage thing.
It's going to catch my attention, so I'm going to be staring very intently towards that direction, trying to figure out what is why I feel this way, and then what I can decipher from it, which is that so everyone else might see me being very distracted and focused for a moment.
Okay.
Dahlia, you see something?
Gotten down there.
As of right now, it seems like almost like the last time you would have felt this would be when you might have been at a location of more darker tieflings, if you ever had that in your life. You sense this is like almost immediately, almost kind of like a punch to the gut for a second, as it immediately hits you so hard that you can just almost feel like a wave of energy coming at you, as you feel like this whole cavern has been perverted by some kind of dark necrotic energy.
Oh.
But you do sense that since you're the only one who really is noticing it, it has to have some infernal properties of some sort.
Everyone would just see me like almost doubled over, like clutching my stomach, like I don't feel good, like I'm gonna throw up. I hope I don't throw up. But
Gotten down there yet?
You're not down there
Dahlia?
yet?
I mean, I hadn't.
Okay, I mean, do you want to go down there?
So. Yeah.
Okay.
But like before I head down the stairway, I'm gonna kind of like mutter to myself about like new day, new troubles, and rub my bandana for luck, and then I'm gonna head down.
Okay. All right.
Do I need to roll anything or?
No, you're all good. Without describing it fully, you do feel a sense of kind of an eerie pressure that's affecting you as you go down, and as you go down further, you just kind of feel like almost kind of like a headache, like it's coming at you like a migraine. And then when you finally get down and kind of like try to breathe a little bit, you're able to at least mild it down.
Also, while Gaju was climbing down the ladder, I was playing really soft, soothing music via prestidigitation, and I'm just like, I'm holding my cane up, and I'm just like, I don't need to, but I'm just like, pew, and then all of a sudden Gaju would just hear like, do do do, do.
Elevator music.
Stole that.
We don't get an elevator, but we get elevator music.
Yep.
Also, I would not explain it at all either. I would just make them hear music.
Fair enough.
This point, Zephania is not phased by this whatsoever. She's just like, okay, there's music now. It's okay.
You're looking around like, hell?
I've counted 2 face palms in the last hour. Let's see how many more we can get.
Everybody has their spoons, right? Dear, I
Nah.
see you've got yours. Did I hear a nah? Got you?
I need a spoon.
I can't eat right now. Thank you, though.
Oh.
You
You alright?
Are you sure? Yeah. And Dahlia, what's going on? What's going on?
it just feels like doom. This way,
well.
I feel like we need to go this way, but I really don't want to go this way.
Is north where the mansion is?
That's what I would
DM?
guess.
If that's what they mentioned it, yes, north.
Well, I mean, it's the way that she's looking. So.
Oh, is it that
I'm
way?
just
Okay,
saying
so
there's
she's looking
something not
towards it.
right.
Yes, it's north.
Okay.
Well, it's the
Pull
way
up
we're
the map.
going, so it's not too surprising.
I walk over to Dahlia and I say, "Don't worry, the doctor can see you now." And I put my hand and the doctor jumps onto it and I set him down on your shoulder and he gives some soft concerning whoos.
Oh,
And then I take them back and I go, "You should feel a little better now. I had a tummy ache before, and let me tell you, the doctor fixed me right up."
well, that's handy.
I probably don't feel better, but I'm going to just smile as best I can and be like, I feel great. Thank you, doctor. And then I'm going to be in the back of the group if we're going that way.
Should we stealthily move forward as much as we can in all of our armor?
Yeah, do you want me to send
Yeah.
the doctor ahead?
Can the doctor
Can you do that?
The doctor can see really far. One time we were doing this contest and it's like, how far can the doctor see? And I just kept getting farther and farther away and I was like, whoa, 120 feet? That's amazing. That's so good, doctor. And then I gave him some treats because I was so proud of him. Yeah, so he's very, very sneaky. Look at how cute he is. Also, he's like black with like a little white belly. And then the tips of his ears are white. And they go. So he's got really cute. Yeah, I can send the doctor ahead. It's pretty helpful.
You can talk to the doctor?
I can see through the doctor's eyes. It's a really special relationship. Yeah. Yeah, it took a lot of time.
You gonna be able to see here if you do that?
Oh no, you guys should really cover my butt, because I'm gonna be a very, very cute tiny statue.
All right. Well,
But it only takes me a minute, so
you
Send
don't
them forwards.
you don't weigh
Should we
much.
carry
so
her?
We'll carry you.
Oh, that's weird. We don't have to do all that. If you can just give me a minute.
Oh, well, why don't we see what we're looking at? If you can do that, that'd be great.
Unless can you
the tunnel.
Can you cradle me, or is like each person gonna take a limb and carry me?
I just football grab her and say, "All right, let's go."
All right. Let's go for the goal, baby. I'm like, come on, doctor, and I send them off, and the doctor turns back, gives a couple of affirmative whoos that knock my hat off. And I'm just like, I love this little guy. And they take off.
Okay, me as the player really wants to like just cuddle this cute little owl.
Right?
And where are they going again?
They are going to head. They're gonna fly up towards the top of the cavern and then head towards the northern exit where everyone was looking and feeling kind of nasty.
Okay, so flies up to the top of the cavern, finds out that there's nothing really to the top of the cavern. It's just really just the top of it, and then eventually comes back down to go to the path north, since the tunnel itself is only about 10 feet high. How far can you fly?
One time I was doing this this measurement test with the doctor, and I was like, "Doctor, how fast can you fly?" And I started walking, and I was like, "I'm walking 5 miles an hour." And you know what? That that little sucker can fly 60 feet. Can you believe that? I was like, "Whoa, slow down!" Almost knocked my hat off.
All right.
I'm gonna cry my makeup
So,
off.
so is the rest of the group moving with the owl, or are you all gonna wait until the owl goes back?
Well, I think we're letting the owl scout, aren't we?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
slowly moving forwards, like as we
Yeah.
go, the
Yeah.
owl's like
I figured we were
50
walking.
feet
Okay.
Yeah.
in front of us.
So I'll say you all are moving
Um,
30 feet as it moves 60 feet.
I have the map of the tunnel system,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mhm.
I'm gonna pull that out and look at it while we walk.
Okay. Based off the rough assessment of matching where you are, going north, you assume that you're heading over to whatever the unknown property is behind the mansion. The map itself is not magical, it's just a basic like blueprint. You don't know how old it is, but that's as far as you can tell. The owl keeps flying forward. And you said the owl has dark vision, right?
Yeah, 120 feet, baby. Lock and load.
Okay. When it makes about 120 feet of movement, it does notice what looks like. And do you see through you see through the creature's eyes, right?
I can take a. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's oddly dry in this cave. All the moisture. I'm so sorry about that. What was your question?
If you are seeing through its eyes.
Do you see through its eyes?
Oh, yeah. When we do our special friendship bond, I can see through its eyes, and I would say, it's like if I had to measure like in actions, I don't know, like it would only be one, like one action, and I could just like see through the doctor's eyes, and then I'm back.
Okay.
So we only need to stop for, I would say, I don't know, like 6 seconds.
Okay. So you only had it go for one turn.
You can keep it up.
Yeah, it's only when I God dang it, the moisture in this. I gotta get a lozenge. This is nuts. Yeah, I can take a peek through the doctor's eyes. Hold on a second, and you see my body just kind of go limp, but like propped up by the cane, and a couple of seconds go by, and you just see the white of my eyes, and I'm like, so the doctor noticed something.
Okay. So the doctor noticed what looks like a rubble of rock that is in your way. About 2 movements, so it was 120 feet, or 6 feet, so 240 feet ahead.
Okay, and was that rubble obscuring the whole tunnel, or was
As far
it
as I could
like-
tell, yeah, it looks like it's actually blocking a path in the tunnel.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I can probably handle this.
Yeah. So the doctor saw a cave in that northern exit. So do we wanna check that out first, or do we wanna check out the others, since we know it's currently blocked off? I don't.
Well, this is the direction we want to go. I don't know if the others are going to get us there.
Can I like sense which direction still this energy is coming from? And does it make me sicker the closer I get?
It does make you feel a little bit more like at unrest during the process as you get closer, but it's progressive in there. It's not like every 5 feet. It's like once you move up, roughly about every minute, you start to feel it kind of like get over it, and then a minute later you just feel it kind of like hit you like a bad smell.
Ew. Does it make me like sick, or do I like want to fight something? Like, I don't know, like
It depends how you translate it. I mean, like it as even being the half tieflings themselves would kind of have a sense of familiarity with
like
infernal magic.
Sense.
Kind of. It depends on how you translate it. If you find necromancy with infernal magic as an irritable sense, that's how you translate it. If you start to figure it out, you notice, I mean, it seems familiar to me. It's probably what, it's like home. Then it wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on how you translate it.
Okay. It probably would make me feel like jittery.
Okay.
Then, like, a little bit like, ugh, but then also like, ooh, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just looking very uncomfortable.
So, like, for example, if you were a full-blood, like more tiefling than anything else, and only a little bit of non-tiefling in you hated necromancy, you would literally unable to walk in its direction.
Oh, okay.
Due to its infernal properties.
Okay.
So as you eventually get to the cavern wall that the creature showed to Monreal, you do notice that this is less of a accidental cavern wall, more of a specifically placed here, as you do eventually see a sign placed on it that actually says warning, path blocked due to dam. As you do see occasionally.
Oh, do we hear the water moving that way?
You do hear the water moving on the other side of the dam. It's very light, but you would assume that this is in here to control where the water actually moves to.
Oh. What is it? Is it blocked completely to the ceiling of the passage?
I mean, you can, if you want to look through it, there are, you could essentially, like, if you're tall enough to look through, you could maybe look through like a small spot where the rocks don't fully get close together.
Okay.
And maybe able to.
But we wouldn't be able to climb over it.
No.
Well, maybe I can look at. I'm going to try and get up there and see if I can look through it and see if it's worth trying to move some of it out of the way so we can get over it.
Okay, you can either give me a perception. Okay. Then, dear, you can either give me a perception or investigation check with advantage since you're being assisted.
All right. Let's
be careful.
Perception, because I don't have a minus on that.
Is there any place that not Howard, who is that? Howard.
Who is Howard?
The 9, even with advantage.
Oh.
I mean, peeking through the hole, it's hard for you to get a full, like, cone view due to the small amount that you can get out of it. I'll say you see one thing, other than the fact that the water's actually coming in here and it's being converted. It's coming from the north and it's being converted to the east. You do see that it looks like if you're able to at least get over this some way somehow, there is a built-up stairway going up just past the rock structure.
Is it to heaven or?
Sure, why not?
I really don't think so. I think it's pretty much the opposite at this point. Well, so I relay to the others what I've seen. Do you think it's worth trying to move some of these rocks out of the way, see if we can get over?
Yeah.
Got you. What else does the map say?
Yeah.
Oh, what does the map say?
You do see.
Is there another place?
You do see that it looks like the path that's cutting in, if you went east where the stream goes, heads to the shanty, and due north would essentially be towards the unknown property. Having Dira notice the steps, you assume that you're probably directly underneath the mansion right now.
Hmm.
We're underneath.
Okay.
So do we want to try and get to those steps? Or do we maybe want to take the way to get to the shanty?
Try for the
That's right
steps
next
if we
door.
Say the steps.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to try and move some of these rocks and see if I can get it open enough for us to get through.
Okay, who all
I'll
wants
be
to participate in a rock movement? Okay.
I'll step in with Mold Earth.
All
I
right.
have awful strength, so I'm going to just cheer you guys on.
Okay. All right.
I will
So,
find the very smallest rocks.
okay. Well, I'm assuming you're not going to move all the rocks. You're just going to move the top rocks
Yeah,
so
we're
you
just
can
moving
get over it so you don't move
so
the
we can
string.
get through.
So the people who are actually using are physically moving without Mold Earth, just give me a strength check to see how efficiently you can actually move the rocks. As far as your Mold Earth, you're able to move a consistent amount without having to put in the physical effort into it. Wow, a 6.
But hey, real dice.
11.
You're done.
Jeez Louise, I'm rolling garbage.
You're done.
It doesn't happen immediately. You all are, maybe because you just woke up, you're still kind of getting your bearings. But it takes a little bit of time. You do eventually get moved out of the way, but you basically use up about half an hour to get out the top portion. You gave yourself enough space to be able to climb over. You will have to go inside. You will have to walk in the water a little bit to get to the steps. It's about a 10-foot walk to get to it. But the water itself is roughly about 5 feet deep. So
Yay.
Monreal will need to be carried.
Please, I'm not a very good swimmer.
I got you.
I am going to set her on my shield. And
There you go.
I love this. Thank you. What do you think, Doctor? And the doctor goes,
so I'm basically walking like this with Monreal on my shield.
Okay. So you get up to the spot where you see the cut-in steps into the wall. As you can see, these steps are recent. It looks like whoever made these probably did it after the dam was actually made, because you can see that they are. It's rough, but someone actually cut in these, and it's still, compared to the rest of the cavern where there's moisture, there's mildew, there's movement of rock. This is still flat surface. Even though it's not perfectly done, it is not really as adapted to the actual nature of this area as well as the rest. But you do see a pretty safe stairwell moving your way up, built into the cavern wall. As you do, it does look like it kind of occasionally turns to the right as it starts to spin, but not so much so that it's just a constant spiral staircase. Are you all going to go up?
I'm going to set Monreal above the water level and say, wait a second. I want to take the point.
Okay. Who's going to be first and who's going to be... well, you got first. Who's going to be last?
I could be last.
All right, you're going to be last. All right. Moving your way up, it takes you about a minute to get up to the top, as you notice that some of this staircase eventually flattens out the landings and eventually has like a stopping point. You start seeing skulls with candles placed into them as far as lighting torches in different spots.
Spooky.
As anybody who's a spellcaster here, give me an Arcana check. Ooh, 22.
22, baby.
19.
18.
Oh, that actually did
Wow.
decently on
Good
16.
rolls from everyone. As you get up to like the middle landing between them, you all sense that this specific spot is incredibly hexed. As in,
Oh.
someone put a specific spell in here, but you notice it's the reverse. It's from people to escape down this path, not to go back up it.
So it's to keep something inside.
Correct.
This is comforting.
It also is, I'll say, because of the group getting really good rolls for this, it is specifically meant for something with a pure demonic lineage to escape.
Oh, hey.
And when I say pure demonic lineage, I don't mean tiefling, I mean demon.
So nothing we've seen like with the Minotaur or the
Those
storm creature.
Those were just like the Minotaur would be considered a Abomination. Thank you. I
Aberration?
was thinking of the term. And then the spirit would be considered a specific, spirit or a tempest of certain kind. They all have like a demonic background, but none of those creatures are pure demon. This is implying if you're born from the depths of hell, this is what's stopping you from escaping.
So I asked the group, what is it we're supposed to secure again? Did they specify it was something like this?
They really clearly did not.
I feel like they should have.
Yeah, it was
I kind of felt like they
creature.
should have back then, but ours is not to question why.
I doubt they'd put us up to the task if they didn't think we were ready.
Nah, I definitely heard them say, yeah, they're not ready yet. But anyway, bodies in the grinder, baby.
Based off the track record in this town,
I'm not sure
I don't
anything
think they
could
had
be
a lot
ready.
of confidence in us either.
We stayed, the others left. I'd say we have a leg up from them.
They also
Survived
do
one
enough.
attack.
Well, I would agree if they actually did leave, but they didn't.
Well, the ones that we met tried to.
And I hope they got kicked.
I think
We saw what happened to
I
them.
think they got more than
Got
kicked.
snapped.
They got more than kicked.
Oh,
I think we
that's
might
right.
get more than kicked too. I
Oh,
don't
that's
like where this
right.
is going.
Oh, those
By the way,
goofs.
I mean, all of you can tell that who did the check on the hex. You all can easily tell you could easily just break the hex. None of you are being affected by it. You just got to kind of fuck up with the skulls a little bit if you wanted to, because that has no effect on any of you.
Well, if it doesn't have an effect on us, I don't think we should mess with it.
Okay.
Oh, if it prevents
But
it
I
from
think-
leaving.
If it prevents it from leaving, I think that's probably best.
And at the same time, if this is what we're supposed to recapture, I don't know if breaking it would be a good idea.
Exactly. We're here
Keep
to
it
contain
contained.
this. We're here. Our mission is to contain. This is part of containment.
So, yeah, contain, retrieve, and destroy. So they want you to contain it, destroy anything left as far as anybody who can blame the aberrant government for this, whatever happened. And if you can capture whatever it is alive, you can. Otherwise, you need the sample of it.
I ain't capturing no fiend alive.
Now with that
Guess we'll
attitude,
find out.
Gotta be positive. Positive.
right, Doctor? Ooh, ooh.
Our friendship will keep us safe.
By the power of friendship,
Not
we
keep
will
us safe.
succeed.
I don't think it's gonna hold a demon.
Got the power of Cocovial friendship on my side.
I'm gonna start making you guys enchanted friendship bracelets.
We already
I
have
love it.
some. Monreal gave us some.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would Monreal do?
But I gotta physically type these out for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yes, please.
Friendship
I would
Yes,
love
bracelets.
please.
It gives you 1 point to friendship. Does that do anything? No. But is it fun? Yes.
Yes.
Does it make you feel better? Uh-huh.
one. So
We'll take what we
on
can get.
All right. So
to certain death.
you move your way up, and you do find yourself very much exactly the same thing as where you came down from the tower. A specific shaft of a false floor that you're able to push up, but theoretically it looks like it should not drop down from the top. As you're able to just do the opposite of what you did before open, is just press up against it, and it just slides open, disappears. I will move you into the map that you were at.
Yay, maps.
Ooh.
All right. So
How suspiciously bare.
Okay.
Right.
I gotta remember where that specific spot is. Actually, I have to make printouts because I have opposite sides of these that actually detail what's inside. Okay. You appear on a false wall, a false floor, right here.
Right here. Okay.
You enter yourself in a large, lavish atrium. Huge. even though from the outside looking in, this building was 3 floor, this whole atrium looks about 60 feet in height. Large 3 chandeliers taking up the distance of one end to the other. All with a kind of a certain thing that's come new to this realm. Certain tech that brings out light without needing fire. Created specifically by Bernard Tafton, a precursor to electricity, as it seems like it's generated by some kind of power source inside the building that's actually given natural light to this place. A few things for this. You see the front doors are right here. You can actually see that they are actually locked from the inside. You see 2 large steel bars that are dropped down from both sides. Now knowing that you wouldn't be able to get in from the outside and from that direction anyway. All the walls, as far as the south side, are fully glass with windows. Barely any cement. Most of the atrium is kind of exposed, give or take, with some lounge chairs, tables. Think of this as like the entrance to a large business. As you're in the waiting room, you got tables, you got chairs, you got couches. There's like an administration's desk. Kind of like right about here is kind of like where you assume is some kind of secretary / greeter has a spot in that delegates where people go or if they're allowed to even be here. You have stairwells that move up a floor to this spot right here that you can actually see. It's actually an exposed 2nd floor. You specifically see a statue of a golden knight, roughly about 10 feet in height, standing there. Beneath it, against this wall, you see a clear locked door that has 3 runes on it.
Well,
right here.
okay.
Right beneath the golden knight. The runes are designed as so.
Oh boy, here we
A
go.
rune
A
of a
puzzle.
sword, a rune of a shield, and a rune of an arrow. Specifically the arrow in full, not just the arrow head.
What was the first one?
Sword. So sword, shield, and arrow. The runes themselves are circular in nature. They naturally have a crimson glow to them that's protecting them. They're currently hollow, as if the pieces are missing. You can clearly tell by looking at this at first glance, it looks like the door is enchanted to be locked until you find those 3 keys. You do see as far as up here on the 2nd floor, there is another map. If you go upstairs, I'll show it to you. But down here, there are 2 different ways. There's 3 different ways you can go. There is a door here. There's a hallway here. And there looks like there's a door that's being barricaded here, as if someone actually blocked this door purposely.
Is it barricaded on our end, or if we try and push it open, it's barricaded?
You would have to
on the
get
other
closer to
side?
see.
I'm gonna take a look.
Okay. You can give me an investigation check as far as to discern the reason why and how and the arrangement.
That is a 6.
Okay. As far as you can tell, it looks like it's barricaded specifically in a way that's almost incomplete. There is actually a door there. Someone actually looked like the door wasn't working. So it looks like they tried to put some weight down to try to force it shut because it's a door that drops down. And it looks like they didn't finish the job. So the door is actually still open, but it looks like they tried to put stuff to say like, screw it, and they started throwing stuff in there. As you do see a blood trail underneath. Looks like someone got dragged underneath the door.
Can we tell which direction it looks like they got dragged?
Due to this direction.
Okay. Well, I think that's about as clear a trail as we're gonna get. Question
Just
is,
saw
that's the way
you
we
move
wanna
your
go.
token away from the door.
I'm trying to talk to y'all.
Oh, nope.
So Dahlia, did you actually go in this room?
Duh.
Did you actually walk in here, or
Oh.
just move their token in there just for now?
Shit. I was heading that way.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you get in this room, this looks like an extension of the actual administration. This looks like it's a waiting room for something, as you see that there is a door right here, and there is just a simple, like, it looks like it's specifically like several large, like, wood shelves that have like different books about the African government and many things you have seen that kind of sells the lavish life of being part of an Averant soldier, or joining and living in New Averant and all that kind of stuff. Really selling as a piece to become part of them.
Just like all these books are like just all different kinds of propaganda.
Pretty much.
Okay. I'm going to sift through it, see if anything catches my eye, but I'm kind of just like very like, okay, kind of like, all right.
I mean, yeah, you sift through it. There's really nothing that's like, okay, I've seen this before. Like, they have some of these back over at the base. Like, you've seen all this before, and there's nothing that's like stands out. It's all stuff you've seen before. You even see one that's pamphlets about the same things that some of you have seen before you joined, about the 3 main knights that are the head of the soldier order, as like joined to become like them, kind of thing like that. But nothing that's like, okay, this does not belong.
Yeah,
nothing
okay.
that really stands out.
I'll just set it aside. Does it seem almost out of place for even those to be here, or is there things around this room that kind of make that make sense?
You can give me an investigation and check on the room just to see if like is like, does it fit here? Is there anything off?
Yeah, that was a 10.
10. The room itself, I mean, it looks like what I described it as. It literally looks like a waiting room, and this is something you can read while you're waiting. You still haven't figured out like the purpose of this mansion, though. Like, you were told to. Monreal, where are you going?
What do you mean?
You can't just phase through a door.
It's the pinging part too.
Yeah,
Makes it that much funnier.
The thing that really stands out is that none of you have actually been told what this mansion is for. If any of you assumed maybe it was for creating certain things or whatever, first glance, this just looks like a simple business. Like, maybe when they're trying to get clients in here for reasons that maybe is above your pay grade, or just something you just don't know about. But this, whatever it seems like, is more kind of like, this just looks like a regular like office building business.
Is there any blood on the floor?
Except for that, yeah. Is there anything weird about this door?
No. There is no signias or anything on the door. The door itself is just a solid wood and steel door that is shut.
It's a mimic. I can smell it. Okay. Then I'll wait for everyone else to see what's going on with them.
Okay. Other than the 2 that we've already kind of checked out doors, anybody else want to do anything?
Monreal wants to look at this door.
Okay, Monreal, you want to look at that door? All right.
Oh, look at this.
Let me fix my ring light. Hold on.
Okay, you see a door with a symbol of. You see a door with a symbol of. It's actually the Averant symbol, but it's emerald, and the door is locked.
I tap on it with my the head of my cane.
Okay, you tap on it. Nothing happens. It's pretty solid. It's pretty reinforced. It doesn't really shake the door too much.
Okay. I turn and I go, Doctor, I don't think this is anything yet. And I start heading towards the I'll start heading towards the rest of them as I heard mention of blood.
Blood, you say? On the way.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Anybody else want to do anything before we progress into different directions? Okay. So you all are kind of grouped
Dahlia,
up.
we should probably stick together. And call into the next room.
I think
Except
she's
fixing
she
your
stepped
light.
away to fix her ring light right now.
I'm gonna walk over to the blood and kneel down and
Oh, don't do it.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna stick my finger in it and I'm just gonna look at it. I'm gonna pull my jeweler's loop up. I'm gonna pull another one. I'm gonna zoom in and I'm just gonna go.
Oh! What are you thinking?
I have no idea what that could be from.
Well, you don't know where it's been.
All my research says, huh? Can I do a medicine check?
On the blood?
Yeah.
You're on
not believing
yourself.
you did that.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a medicine check.
It was only a little. 6.
6. And you actually tasted this? Like you actually
It's blood.
Yeah.
you tasted it? All right.
I prestidigitated it so that it tasted like a lemon head.
Okay. So you do a medicine check on. Since you made it taste like something else, you're not able to medicine check it that you taste it. You medicine check other pools of blood. The blood itself, with the check, I'd say has been here for a little bit. It's pretty dry.
Okay, sorry.
But as far as you can tell, it looks like someone was actually killed in this spot and they were dragged underneath the door.
Dahlia, we should probably stick together.
I'll
Calling
put
into
down
the
the
next room.
pamphlets. What is it? What's going on?
Don't think we should be wandering off into other rooms by ourselves.
I am going to scurry over.
By the way, Monreal, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I knew that was coming.
This is why we can't have nice
11?
things.
Okay. All right. So what do you all want to do?
I think it's a good idea if we check out this blood trail. And we're going
Right.
after some sort of creature.
I'm not so
Oh,
sure about
blood?
good idea, but it might be what we have to do.
I'm gonna prestidigitate all the blood so that we're not stepping in it. Because I think that's nasty.
What did y'all find over here? Other than lots of blood.
Unreal ate blood.
Yeah,
blood?
and now she's making it go away.
I snacked it and I mean I thought it tasted kind of good.
If you needed this snack, you just had to say something. We could have went and looked for the kitchen in the wizard's tower.
I just heard there wasn't any kitchen, and I was just like, I gotta get down this ladder. The doctor's getting real restless too.
I'm starting to think we need to check your hearing.
What?
I'll also say, since you guys have been kind of staying in the spot for a little bit, you do notice that there's a table right here that happens to have a little box on it. That's pretty clear, and you can see there's some kind of vial inside.
Check it out.
Okay.
Is this another vial for our collection?
You open it up, and you are able to clearly find my list of 23 items. You find a greater healing potion.
Ah.
It looks like someone put it here and then either forgot to grab it or got taken away and never came back for it.
Oh.
I'm
Probably
gonna-
didn't have any more use for it by the time
Pass
they were
it.
through that door.
I'm passing it to Dahlia. You've had
Yeah.
very bad luck. We'd like to keep you alive.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Oh, I appreciate this. Thanks. And I'm like, are they saying I'm a bad fighter? Put it in
No,
my
let's say you're squishy.
I do be squishing.
Squishy.
I do be squishing. Are we going this way where the blood and the guts and the things are?
Unfortunately,
Let's
yeah, I think we
try.
are.
I hate.
So, see if I can get us past the barricade here.
Follow
I'm not
Crimson
going to
Redwood.
try to convince you, but there's a door over there that's not covered in blood that might be openable. It also might be a mimic, so I volunteer someone else to go first.
I'll touch it.
I'm thinking the blood trail bring us to
Thinking the
whatever
blood
it is
trail is
we're
probably what
hunting.
we need to be following right now. Monreal! Where are you going?
I'll follow her.
But I sent the doctor off, and the doctor. I gotta see what the doctor's at. I don't know where this little guy's going. And he flies into this other room, and he kind of nudges himself against the door, and I was like, guys, I don't know. The doctor did not like the look of that blood trail, and I will claim I didn't like it. So you guys aren't grossed out, whatever.
It didn't taste good, I guess.
No, it tasted great.
I think you'll fit in somebody's backpack when you die.
Yeah. So like, we got blood and guts, or we got regular door, and the doctor already touched it. So if it's a mimic, it's playing the long game.
It's just that it doesn't activate itself until Dahlia comes past. It'd be like, ha!
It's like it's her.
Have a
Get
chance for
her.
Dahlia now.
Oh no! It almost killed me in one hit. Oh.
What do you guys want to split the party?
I did think they
That
said
would
that
be a
was not a
very
good
bad
idea.
Oh,
Don't
come
think
on.
that's
It's
a good
horror.
idea.
It's always good to split up the group.
Rule number 1, don't split the party. Rule number 2, you're not going to accomplish anything if you don't split the party.
I would say
Right.
I would go with Monreal, but then she gets into shenanigans and I'm scared, so...
Yeah.
But I need a big, strong tiefling to protect me. What if I
I
get
think
Squishy
Savinia
one that
looks
was
close
just
enough.
handed. The greater healing.
Oh, wow, this knocks the hat right off my head. I'm so excited to go through this door. It is unreal. Amazing.
Zephania, in her tallness, walks on over to Monreal, scoops her on up, and brings her back over here.
See, she's a great tiefling in place.
And I'm kicking and screaming. I'm like, no, I want to go through the other door.
I cover your
Help
mouth and just
me.
go, you want that thing to come kill us? You
I
see
pressed
this
it-
blood? You tasted this blood.
I press the digitate my voice very loud in the room and go, yes.
You are
Yeah.
going to get us all killed.
I would hate to do that. I'm pretty fond of being alive. It's one of the favorite things I do every day.
Well, then maybe we should start being a little quieter and a little more careful.
Well, maybe people shouldn't take my agency by picking me up just because I'm little.
Fair enough.
I love the actual movement. Instead of just dragging your character over there, you did like the 5-foot movement.
She just inches over.
It's
God.
It's amazing.
It's like
Try and
sneaking,
shove this
sneaking,
door
sneaking,
open.
sneaking.
All right. This is a conversation we're going to need to have, but I don't think this is the time or place. All right?
I agree.
Which one of you brutes is gonna open the door?
I'm already working on it.
Okay.
I'll help.
So the door is already kind of exposed on the bottom, so you can easily put your hands underneath it and lift it up. If you both want to give me a strength check to work together to lift up the door, you can.
All right.
I
Let's
have
do
a
that with
bad
a real
feeling
die.
about this.
It's a
Do that with
7.
a real die.
Ooh.
That was a natural 2.
And that is a 15.
Okay.
Whew.
Working together, it takes a little bit, but you're able to push it up. It looks like the springs and everything for the mechanism looks like this is the last time it's gonna be able to be locked up. If you ever drop it down again, it's gonna stay in that place. But it's old, it's rickety. It looks like someone just makeshifted it very last minute. But you're able to lift it up, and you find yourself in a long hallway that is just drenched in blood over the place. It looks like maybe someone was trying to escape from the creature, and you see like blood handprints being pushed over like they were running against the wall. You see the drag marks going in this direction, then in this direction, then this direction, and they're hitting all over the place. At this point, you are literally walking over a carpet of blood as it is spread all over the place.
Do you think they made it out?
I don't know. Doesn't look good. That's a lot of blood. I am keeping very close eye out in all directions as we advance.
I love the token play here. Monreal just moves this way, and Gaju gets right in front of her and the guides her back.
Like, no!
We'll come back to that.
Get your ass in there.
I am taking point and just trusting you guys to herd Monreal.
So, you do find about dead end here. It looks like this spot was supposed to be a sitting area, but looks like some battle happened here, and you see like literally cushions ripped, leather all over the place, just things stained, and it looks like maybe somebody even like broke like a large table to fight off something. But you literally, the one thing that's absent is even though there's pools of blood and a show of fight, there are footprints nowhere.
Look up.
You look up. Give me an investigation check or perception check to look on the ceiling.
Well, perception is slightly better. Oh, hey! 15.
15. Anybody else rolling for it?
I was gonna say, can I see Dira looking up and look up myself?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, 18.
Down the hallway.
Wait, sorry. Is this perception or investigation?
You get to pick either one.
Okay, investigation 18.
Okay. Working all together, you're able to notice, yeah, there's no footprints on the ground, but you see small, tiny, small-sized creature clawed footprints of blood pressed up on the ceiling, as if something crawls on the ceiling. But you see them in sets of 6, as either they have 6 appendages of some kind. They're all pressed up as 3 claw marks, like a thumb and 2 fingers.
I do not like the look of this.
While they look up, can I test this door to see if it's locked or if it's unlocked?
Sure. You check up against the door. The door itself is locked. It feels like it doesn't actually require a key. It just feels like someone actually barricaded the other side.
I'm just gonna whisper to them. Looks like somebody barricaded the other side. I can't really hear if anybody's on the other side.
It is currently very eerily quiet.
Can I knock on
Sure.
the door?
Sure. You knock on the door.
I knock.
You knock on the
Hello?
door.
Yes.
No response, no movement. It is just as eerie as it was before.
Oh, it was worth a shot. I don't like the look of this, you guys.
I don't like the look at any of it.
Are we sure we don't want to go to the door that's not covered in blood?
I mean,
I'm not sure we want to be here at all.
people might pick you
We
up
have a mission
and
to
carry you
do.
off. People far greater than you in stature.
They're just
Don't
jealous of the
wander
doctor.
off. Don't want you to die.
Oh, I appreciate your concern. Your soft touch could use a little work, but yeah. Do you want you strong, strapping folks want to take a shoulder or two? The doctor, remember, the doctor can take a peek if anything happens, but I think we gotta at
listen
least
to
try,
You want to try and
right?
get this one open?
I'll try.
What are we trying to do?
I can try to open the door or.
Oh, you're gonna
smash
try to
it in.
force like the barricade off?
Yeah.
Could we send the doctor down the hall? Just to make sure there's nothing crawling on the ceiling our way.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
That's a
As
good
long
idea.
as long as Monreal can keep doing this without using up anything, that's perfectly fine.
nope. All I needed to do was find the doctor, and
Must believe.
It took me a minute, but oh my god, coverage.
Familiars are very handy.
I gotta find one that's in network. Yeah, it's It's a whole thing. That's why it takes so long. But
It's
yeah,
a whole thing.
Hey-
Network.
Hey, Doc. Can you go take a peek at the end of this hallway and see what you can see?
Okay.
And I send them off to the other end of the hallway here.
Okay. So about here, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So it flies over there. Recons back to you. Notices that down his direction, sees 3 corpses in a pool of blood, along with rubble scattered all over the place.
Look. All right. When the doctor gets back, I go, oh, look alive, guys. We got bodies. We got live dead bodies. Around.
That don't make no
corner.
sense.
Are they undead?
What?
Are they alive or are they dead?
Undead.
Oh, they looked very dead.
Are they moving?
That's way better than the live dead.
No.
Not moving. Okay.
No,
Not moving is good.
Yes.
Oh, doctor, that's an odd sound to make. I might need a very. Oh no, I might be so scared. I might need to take a couple of moments and make sure that the doctor's okay here. But yeah, we got the coolest dead bodies I've ever seen through an owl's eyes.
Well,
I think we can. I think we should check it out. Okay.
all right. Door first or bodies first?
Bodies.
Yeah, the doctor didn't see anything down the other hallway, so.
I am going to do my best to stay ahead of Monreal.
She's making a run for it.
Career.
I was gonna say, remember, you can move faster than she can.
Remarkably quick for such a little person.
All right, so you do see down here, there are 3 total bodies.
I'm also going to kind of keep half an eye on the ceiling as we go.
Sure. To say that they're effed up is an understatement. They're dismembered. They are destroyed into several pieces. And it looks like this was like the last stand for anybody who fought off. As well, you see almost like some of them were thrown up against the wall, that some of the actual brick has been kind of busted into to a show of force. Yeah. That's it.
Well, this ain't good. We see any sign of tracks or any direction?
If you just want to investigate the area, you can give me an investigation check.
Okay. I am very bad at all of this, by the way, you guys. Anytime I say I want to do this, if someone who's better at it wants to try it, please do.
Oh,
Because I have an intelligence of 8. Although I rolled an 11.
What are you up to over here?
I'll investigate too. Oh,
Just trying to see which way it might have gone.
Just kidding. That was a 9.
While they do that, I'm gonna hang back and watch this door and this hallway to make sure nothing pops out at us.
I'm gonna go take these contacts out really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. For the 3 that were doing the investigation check in the area, between working together, you're able to figure out a few things. One is clearly something was here fighting against them. Whatever they are, they're currently gone. They're not hiding anywhere from you, at least far as normal sight is concerned, which is what you're relying on. There is currently what looks like a locked door here since it's partially opened. And this door has a symbol on it of has the same symbol as the emerald door. The only difference is it is silver, not emerald. I'll say through your checks too, you do notice that even though the 2 bodies look the same as far as they look like regular non-soldiers, look like they are, as far as you can tell, they look very similar to people in New Averant that are maybe scientists, as far as the title would be concerned. Long coats, leather, finer clothing. Usually not proficient in weapon training. The third one, on the other hand, stands out to you. You recognize this as most likely a mercenary. Long black cloak, many different weapons scattered amongst them, along with sticking out of their cloak right now looks like a scroll of some kind, as far as a note.
What kind of weapons?
Okay, so as you investigate it, you find... I'll tell you what you find on the body. So, first off, you find enchanted boots, an enchanted cloak, and an enchanted dagger. Other than that, you find a basic crossbow, a basic short sword, and a basic dagger. The scroll itself, as you pull it out, you do read it. It is a contract for hire. It is specifically talking about this specific unnamed assassin hired to take care of the infestation problem, saying that he's more than qualified and that he will be paid once the problem is dealt with. Clearly, he did not complete his end of the job.
Can we tell what kind of boots, cloak, dagger they are?
You can, if you want to check them real quick, you can give me an insight check on the enchanted items.
Okay.
Monreal's gonna...
That's a 3.
Okay, if
They're
anybody's
boots.
a spellcaster, you can give me an Arcana check on them if you like. Monreal, what are you doing?
That was only that was a 9 on Arcana, but I'm going to send the doctor back over to Gaju, just to give him a, like, kind of narrow their eyes at him, and then as Dira is searching and picking this stuff up, I'm gonna go ahead and take over the doctor's eyes. So I just kind of slump back against my cane while Dira's picking all this stuff up. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Gaju's unblinking stare. I'm living for it.
Oh, this is gonna be
so
fun.
unfazed.
Yeah, what do you
Person
want?
like
I love it.
As far as you can tell, since you haven't been able to figure out what the weapons do, you can at least tell that the boots specifically have like a flexible kind of bend to them, even though they are very durable leather. The cloak itself, as you like start to take it off, it kind of folds over the body for a second. You notice that almost for a second he sort of blends into the background until you kind of unfold it back up. And the dagger itself looks like as soon as you take it out of his hand from the rest of the stuff, it loses its enchantment. As if it either works with him or something he currently has on his possession.
Are we looting bodies? Sorry, are we searching bodies?
I think we need everything we can get. Don't like that, but
If you haven't checked the...
He don't need them no more.
If you didn't check the materials and you're in that area, you can give me an Arcana check or an Insight check on the materials to see if you can figure out any information on them.
Arcana or Insight? Ooh, I would like to do an Insight check, because I do be good at that.
I do be good.
I do be good, and never mind. That's a 7.
Oh
We're
no,
not doing good.
We are not bright tonight.
I am watching the doctor give Gaju a very intense staring contest, and I am like, what is going on?
I want art of this now. Gaju and the owl just
birds, man.
birds, man. Well, I am gonna pick this stuff up and tuck it away for now. We can figure it out later.
Okay, at this point you start hearing a inside this room.
Oh, was that a knocking noise? It was deafened.
What did we hear?
That was amazing. That was completely silent.
Yeah, both of those were completely
Really?
silent.
That is
Yes.
hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
That was pretty impressive.
So
You hear this?
Okay, so yeah, I'm.
yeah, you hear
All
you hear
right.
a sound not at the door, but within the room itself, as if someone's actually banging against the ground, like they're actually taking like a hammer and hitting it against the ground furiously.
This room?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at everybody. What do we do?
Well, you want
Should
to
we go?
open doors, so we open the door.
There's
That's
something
what-
going on in there. Can you hear it?
Are you still
You
trying
could
to
try to-
actively listen?
Yeah.
Okay, you can give me a perception check on the door if you just want to listen in.
Oh, I'm so bad at all of these things. Oh, but that is a 19.
Do I need to step up there?
19. Okay, so listening in, you're hearing a male inside, just swinging with all his might against some ground. God damn it! Just get destroyed. If I can just destroy this one thing, this hell might be over. As it keeps smacking against it, sounds like he's sweating and just putting every effort of.
All right,
energy
that
into it.
sounds like a person who needs help. So I am gonna push the door in,
Okay. You push the
draw
door
my
in.
sword.
As you immediately see a guy, doesn't even notice that you're actually walking in, just taking this large mallet, steel at the end, just smacking down as what looks like some black pus, like portal that's on the ground, as it looks like it's literally growing in from like these black dark roots.
What in blazes?
Who the fuck are you?
Whoa!
New Aberrant Command sent us. What the hell's going on here?
Just help me out. And he just keeps smacking it. If we can destroy this immediately as this happens, I need anybody in that room to give me a perception check.
If I'm out here, can I give perception?
If you're looking
13.
in the room,
I'm
yes.
looking in.
Okay, yeah, you can give
Okay.
perception.
I do it.
That is a.
These dice are my best friend tonight.
What are you? 11.
11,
18.
18. Monreal,
Can't currently see the room.
Oh, it was 13.
13. All right, so for the 18, you notice off this door, which is a large steel door, these long, scraggly arms start stretching out, and he doesn't even notice as he immediately grabs the face of the guy, cracks his neck, and immediately throws him into the door as all you see is blood just drop as his rest of the body just gets pulled into the door into some kind of dimension of nothingness.
Close the door.
As you immediately
Lock it
in
up.
through the hallways, as all of you, including Zephinia, you start hearing screaming starts echoing from ceilings to walls to everywhere as it starts to bellow all the way through these hallways, unknown where the source is. I need everyone to roll initiative.
No!
Oh,
The hell?
No!
Piss.
18.
Shit.
18 for. I didn't. Oh, okay. Let's see, Dahlia.
8.
Oh.
I know.
Zephinia.
13.
Monreal.
10.
And last but not least, Dira.
6. Because the dice hate me tonight.
Digidice.
All right. So as all of you, depending on where you're located, immediately out of
And
nowhere,
right next to the thing.
immediately for the two that are in the room, nothing appears in the room other than just this decrepit corpse that just was left as like bits and pieces got pulled into the door. The other ones just fall flat. Between 1, 2, 3, come out of rubble off the walls and just appearing through the ceiling pipes and just almost like grabbing these fingers coming out and literally using the ceilings and the walls, and you start stretching these long goblin-like faces out of them as you see these demonic little imps pull themselves out of ceilings, as you see 4 arms, long, stretched out, elongated legs creeping like spiders on the ceiling.
Guys, this was supposed to be one creature, right?
You see, out of all of it, you're scattered and surrounded by about 20 of these things. What would you all like to do? They currently are not attacking, but they're currently trying to flank all of you, as they are kind of watching you and being in like a predatory stance.
Burn it with fire.
They're on the ceiling?
Yeah, so I will actually, you know what, I'll just play some for you. If we want to go into combat specifically, I'll have to switch it to a different map because we don't have enough room out here. But,
Dude, we don't have to go into combat, guys. You hear that, guys? You got that.
I mean, you can run. I always get that option to run. But
I'd like to get the hell out of here.
What about that other door? The one that the doctor really liked. It's looking pretty good right now.
I know. I agree with the doctor. We should have gone with the one that doesn't have blood all over it.
Watching these pop up.
What are those?
here,
Nope,
I will
nope.
show you what they look like.
Oh, jeez.
Fun!
Oh my. I'd rather not.
This is fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Classify each one as 2, just because otherwise it's going to make the map scattered. And about here. Okay.
I don't think we're going back the way we came.
They are all creeping around on the ceilings, but they're considered small creatures. So they're not like encumbering the whole area of blocking your way if you try to run, if that's what you chose. As far as their look is concerned, to describe them to you, you see these imp-like creatures, but not fully imps in general. They look more demonic, and they also look like they were once a humanoid, as it looks like they're still wearing tattered pants and stretched out shirts. You can even see holes from where a third and fourth arm actually ripped from. And they essentially have 3 eyes on each side of their head. Small little horns, little tiny impish wings. Doesn't look like they're big enough to carry them, but maybe used for more aerodynamic momentum. As they look like they naturally kind of hold as a predatory stance, but as some of them kind of like move across the ceiling to move different spots, they move incredibly fast. Like all of a sudden you're like watching one look, and immediately it scatters like a very fast spider to a different spot, but keeps its eyes on you as it watches you.
Are they keeping to the shadows or avoiding light?
There is really not much light in here to really speak of, so it's hard to tell. But, I mean, they look like they're naturally trying to wait to see what you do, whether or not they look like they obviously know that you can see them. But they're kind of like, we're ready. What do you want to do? Kind of like that.
Are there any in this room with Deer and I, or just outside the room?
No, they're just outside the room.
Okay, I'd like to check that poor fella's body.
Well, what's left of his body? Sure.
Yeah.
You can give me an investigation check on his body. Because this is going to take you a turn, what does everybody else want to do while this is going on? Because technically, you guys, even though you're not in combat, you're still like technically in initiative because there's creatures around watching you.
So, if I can feel infernal energy, like, do I get any vibes from them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can sense,
Yeah?
like, you sense that they're as close to a demon as you are, where they're not fully demon, but they got demon heritage. They look like they're like a mix between they look like kind of like a goblin and an imp kind of mixed together with a little bit of tiefling in there. They look like they're just like a random abomination crawling across the ceiling.
do they treat me any different? Like, are they looking at me like a friend? Like, I can be like, what's
They
up?
look like
You
they
know?
lack a sense of intelligence, other than the fact is you are meat.
Ah, well, it's worth a shot. So, theoretically, hypothetically, if I yell, take me to your leader, are they gonna understand what I'm saying?
You won't know till you say it.
I'll have to think about this. Okay.
Monreal, what'd you get?
16.
16. Looking through what remains of this pool of a man, you only find two things. One is this hammer is used in. It's not enchanted. It's nothing special. It's just a hammer. It's just a regular hammer. As far as anything else, he does happen to have like a piece of. It's hard to tell what it is due to part of his body being ripped apart and torn, but it looks like he originally had some kind of like gem of some kind, and some of it cracked off and left here, while the rest of it got pulled in behind the door.
Oh, okay. I'll ask. Hey, Dira, do you like? Do you want a hammer? Like, is this anything for you? It's not really my style.
I'd take a look at it. What does it look like? Anything to me?
Nothing special.
Maybe, I don't know. We got bigger problems right now.
Well,
All right,
yeah, I know.
so-
But I mean, it's inventory management's a very important part of adventuring, and I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page about that. All right, let's go.
So for anybody else who hasn't done anything since we rolled initiative, what do you all want to do for those people? Since we do have to take turns on this.
Yeah, I am last in initiative, so.
Yeah, who would be next?
Well, right now I'm kind of letting you all do your thing, but if you guys decide to attack, that's where we're going to take initiative into account. They're occasionally moving, but I'm just saying once each person talks for so much and we keep moving on and on, I'm going to keep rolling for them to see what they do. So
I'm gonna move towards.
How heavy is that hammer?
the hammer itself is
him
roughly
behind
about
you.
10 pounds.
That's a lot to carry.
It is quite heavy. It could be used as a weapon. It looks kind of like a warhammer of sorts, but looks like it's more used for a tool than a weapon.
Mm.
It looks very dwarvish in nature, so maybe like a mining hammer.
Okay.
I know what I want to say or do, but I don't know if anyone else wants to go.
I
Well,
was
I'm
just
gonna pick it up for now, and maybe I can use it as an offhand until, well, I've got my shield, but grab it for now, and maybe I can chuck it at something. It's on our way out or something.
Okay. Anybody else who hasn't gone? Anybody want to do anything? Okay.
Zephania, there's 10 behind you.
I see. I'm gonna back up towards Gaiju,
Mhm.
so we're back to back. You think they're afraid of light?
One way to find out.
I cast light on the chain sickle.
Okay.
Hold it in front of me.
Okay. The ones that do surround you, they don't back up, but they use their wings as kind of like a blinding shield, kind of as they kind of wrap them in front of their eyes, and they kind of defensive stance against the light.
I'd say no. We
Pull out
attack.
my shield and dagger.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick my head out the door, looking up at all of these imps, and I was like, guys, I'm reminded of something an old friend once said: if you don't start no shit, there won't be no shit. I think we should just leave them be for now.
I do. Could I potentially cast thaumaturgy in the foyer area, the atrium area, and it Oh gosh, what should it sound like? Shit, I didn't think about this. Like maybe like a loud crash, and then somebody going, "Oops."
Okay. So you do thaumaturgy to try to attract them to the atrium.
Like it's like a whole bookshelf falls over. Like it's
Okay,
just
sure.
really dramatically loud crash.
You see some of like the ears kind of like curl up to listen, but they're too fascinated with you.
Shit. I tried, y'all. I did.
Okay, we're gonna go into combat.
Oh no.
With the way this is at the range, I'm actually gonna leave it on the same screen it is because it actually kind of works. So each one's gonna be considered 2 creatures. All of them got pretty low on initiative. So we're gonna start off with Gaju, followed by Zephinia, then Monorail, followed by a few of them, followed by Dahlia, Dira, then the rest. They all start taking a attack position as they all start they went from just watching you to having creepy ass smiles and almost kind of salivating as they look like they're ready to eat you.
Oh, hell no.
So, Gaju, what would you like to do?
Sorry, just checking something real quick.
Oh no, not the danger music. Oh
Okay.
no, it's gonna
There's 2 above me, basically.
Yeah, so there's 2 here. There's 2 watching you from over here.
Okay. The 2 closest to me, I'm gonna look up at them, and in Infernal, I'm going to hiss, and strike at them with my dagger.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember what I had. Great. Sorry.
You're good.
What the hell do I have? Okay. 18 to hit.
18's definitely a hit.
Okay. And then it was D4. I can't see what rolled. 5 damage.
5 damage? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you swing up the dagger, immediately you are able to slash at one of their chests. And you do get it to bleed pretty bad as it starts bleeding out this gross, thick black ooze out of its body.
Okay. I have 2-weapon fighting. Can I use my shield as a weapon?
If only if your shield specifically has a weapon ability to it. So if it just acts as an AC, then no. Unless you have a feat or if it has the ability to be used as a blunt weapon.
Does not look like it.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, that's my turn.
All right. Next up is Zephinia.
The chain sickle and hit this guy here.
Which one?
Hopefully. One right in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah, one. Right. Indy Beyond Dice, let's try you one last time. Done. 7. Guessing 7 doesn't hit.
No.
Okay. I actually don't have a dagger so I can't use it in my offhand, so I am going to go ahead and end my turn.
Okay. Monreal.
I'm gonna look up at the imps right above me, and I was like, you know, I really tried to vouch for you guys. And I pull up my cane and I squeeze the little trigger, and out shoots a firebolt.
Okay.
Does 17 hit?
17 does hit.
6.
6. Okay. So as you fire firebolt at it, you see it hit, but you see that it almost resisted some of it, so it only takes 3 points of damage.
Oh. The homies. They know.
I really don't like this. And I'm gonna try and sneak behind Dira.
Okay. Alright, so 3 of the creatures, which is this guy, is the first 2, are going to actually move up, creep around this corner, it's going to go across the wall and move very, very fast and creep up and just curl its head at Gaju, and it's going to actually try to slash at you with its forearms, as it's going to just hang from its legs and just start to slash at you with the forearms. 15 to hit.
15 meets.
Okay. So it does. What? There we go. All right. 8 points of slashing damage. The other one's going to attack you. 18 to hit.
Yep.
With 7 points of slashing damage. I'm just going to mark these so I actually know which ones go first. So it's those 2, these 2, and these 2. All right. So those 2 are done. These guys are going to snake their way up to the ceiling as they move right on top of Zephania.
Oh no.
And they're actually going to use their tails like stingers, and they're going to try to poison you. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 17?
17, you're fine. As they sting at you, you're able to pull back and resist before this poison actually goes into your system.
Good.
The other one's going to do the same thing, so I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
9. This one's actually going to do damage to you. So you're going to take 2 points of damage, and you're poisoned. At the beginning of each one of your turns, you're going to take 1d6 damage. If you want to try to avoid the poison, you got to sacrifice your action to make a Constitution saving throw to try to try to fight the actual poison.
Okay.
These guys are going to just move up here and just start kind of screaming at you with these eerie, high-pitched kind of wails at you. And that's going to end their turn. Next up, we have Dahlia.
Okay. I'm gonna guiding bolt our way out of this one here, guys. So I'm gonna go after this bad boy here. And does it 9 hit?
Unfortunately,
9 hit. Never mind. We're not guiding bolt our way out of this one. Let me see what my bonus action can be, because I had another one. Nope, I lied. I don't. Wait. No. So this is the bonus action. I'm going to... Never mind, I can't see Zephania. I'll summon spiritual weapon. We'll just summon that bad boy.
Okay.
I'd like to move back this way, and I'd like to summon it here. Right in between us.
Okay.
And I guess that will end my turn.
Okay. Dira.
All right, I'm going to spread around my spell slots a little bit. Hold on to my holy symbol. Kokobe will get us out of this one. And I'm going to cast Divine Favor. So for concentration to 1 minute, I have got an extra D4 radiant on hits.
Okay.
Put that in my concentration. Okay. So that's my bonus, and then I am going to take a big ol' swing with my longsword at this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
All right. So slashing 10 and cold 54 plus 2 radiant.
That is exactly what you need to actually slice it in half.
Yeah.
Woo! Yay!
I'm just gonna mark it with the crosses to show that one of the two is dead.
One of them is dead.
Yep.
All right. And I am. Yeah, that's. I want to keep my shield up, and I want to stay. Yeah, so that's my turn.
All right. The rest of them. So the one left over here is going to actually decide to attack you in response. It's going to claw at you with its 4 appendages. 14 to hit.
Shield up. Does not hit.
Okay. All right, so
Sorry.
that's all they can do. This one does not understand the difference between your spiritual weapon and you, and finds a physical object there, so it's going to try to attack the physical object. They have very low intelligence.
Good.
Natural 20 to hit.
Well, we tried. We tried, boys.
If your spiritual weapon has any health, it would take 8. These two are going to continue to attack Gaju. 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 8 points of damage. The other one's going to attack as well. With a pathetic 6 to hit.
That misses.
This one is going to crawl up here. This one is going to move here. Oh, that's not what I want to do. This one is going to move here, and they're going to actually, these two are actually going to drop on the ground to bar your path from trying to escape. That is the end of round 1. Top of the round. Got you.
I am really hurting. So I'm going to. If I move, do they get an attack of opportunity on me?
Technically not, because they are more than 5 feet away from you, and they're considered a small creature. So you're good.
Okay.
Because they're technically in the ceiling.
I'm going to spend my action, and I'm going to stab up at the one that I attacked before.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 16.
That's a hit.
That's 6 damage.
Okay, that's enough to finish him off.
Okay. And then I have no choice but to run.
Okay.
So I am going to go.
Okay.
30. I have 35. Would that get me here?
That would get you. Yeah, that would get you to inside the room. Yeah.
Okay. I have no choice but to go there.
Okay, got it.
And that'll be my turn.
Zephynia.
I'm gonna attack that one right in front of me again.
Okay.
Let's hope real dice are better. 17 to hit.
17's a hit.
And then it is D4 plus 4. 7 damage.
Okay, 7 damage.
And then I am going to just stop right there and try and barricade them or not let them pass me.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, and I have to take the poison damage.
Yeah. So if you the 1d6 poison.
Do I roll that?
Yeah, you roll it.
3.
Monreal, since you are kind of in the spot of where the actual teleportation pad is that's summoning all these creatures, it's like it was a summoning portal for these creatures. You do see it that it's actually it was like dormant before. Now it's actually pulsating, almost like a heartbeat. I don't know if you're saying anything, but we can't hear you.
You're muted.
Thank you. There was a powerful magic over me. I'm going to like motion for Gaju to come over, and I'm gonna say, hey, I heard you screaming out there, and now looking at you, it's even worse. Well, I would love. Is it okay if the doctor sees you now?
You get them out of this first.
Okay, and I'm going to ready my action to cast Cure Wounds, and then I'm going to say, you know what, you are absolutely right, and then I pass my turn, and the doctor lifts up off my chest, lifts up off my shoulder like a little med chopper, and flies over to Gaju and casts Cure Wounds.
Okay.
For 9 points.
9 points, nice.
The doctor.
Thank you.
Nice.
I am not on death's door.
Okay.
Woohoo!
You're like
I was down
across
to
the
2.
street from death. You're not there yet, but you're close.
And all you hear back is a little owl nod, which is weird because they don't have necks, but it kind of bows forward a little bit and gives a soft whoo, and flies back over to my shoulder. That's my turn.
Okay.
Precious.
At the beginning, for the 3 sets that have their turn, anybody who's not in the room notices that several of them, their eyes are starting to glow, and they're holding in stationary. They're like locking in position into like the ceiling, and their eyes are starting to glow.
I don't like that.
Let's get out of here.
This one is going to charge to Dahlia.
Oh.
It's going to try to slash you. 19 to hit.
That do be hitting.
7 points of damage. Its ally is also going to try to slash you with a pathetic 9 to hit.
Nope. I blocked that one. I go, oh, you thought.
This one is going to go for Zephynia. Also slashing. 17 to hit.
Aw, yeah.
Oh yeah. 8 points of damage. Its partner is going to attack you as well. For 14 to hit.
Oh.
Okay. This one is going to like... Both of them are going to like drop on the ground. And compared to the other ones where they're creeping around, they're actually going to like start standing up. Like crackling their legs as they're trying to stand up in a human position. And they're going to stop there. At the end of your turn, for anybody who has their Infernal Legacy, you start to almost feel that pain affect your senses as you feel a pressure coming from each individual little impish creature. Also with like the summoning portal that is over by Monreal, as almost like a sixth sense is telling you that this is like run. Like something's gonna happen, and this is the least of it.
And it's near the summoning portal that everyone is standing around right now?
Well, you're sensing it from the creatures and the summoning portal, but just the overall essence is just like telling you, yes, this is no-go.
Okay. I'm going to take 7 damage and not handle it well and fall back. And then I'm going to sense that, and I'm going to be like, guys, we need to get out of here, like, right now. And, yes. It's not my turn, is it?
It would be your turn right now, actually. You go right
I'm getting the hell out of there. So, I'd like to...
Get the hell out
because
of Dodge.
I don't get opportunity attacks on me because you said they were small creatures, right?
Yeah, or... the ones over by you are all in ceiling, so they can't reach you when you're trying to move past because they're not actively stretched out.
I'm going... I don't want to leave Zephynia behind, but I'd like...
Let me see something. Okay. Just to let you know, I don't know why I did not put in here, but there's a door that's supposed to be in here. Hang on a second. I must have missed it on my it's on my printout, but I don't have it shown for you guys. 1 second. So there's a door right there.
Right here? Oh, okay.
Oh.
For some reason, it must have got deleted. It must have not saved to the file that I printed out. There probably might be some other things missing, but that's the only one I noticed right now.
Shit.
The barricaded room.
Yeah. Now I'm like, do I go with everyone else who are near the summoning portal, or do I go in there? I'll go through here.
Okay.
Is it locked?
It is not.
Okay, I'm going to run through here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to leave my spiritual weapon here as a distraction.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell like, "We need to get out of here!" And then I'll hold the door open, like braced against it in case they try to get in.
Got it.
And I'm going to yell for Zephynia.
Okay.
On my way.
All right, Dira.
Okay. Is this one also still on the ceiling? Can I get past it?
Yeah, you can get past it. The only ones that are not on the ceiling are these two.
All right. I am going to haul ass over here.
Mm-hmm.
Trust that these two can take care of each other. And I am going to channel divinity, turn the unholy.
Okay.
So, if these things are fiends or undead, they need to make a wisdom save. Anyone within 30 feet of that can see or hear me within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw of a DC 13.
Okay, so we'll go with. Alright, so we're going to do these two first. They have -1s to wisdom. Natural 20 for one of them. 9 for the other one. The one that's left above them got a 17. The two above Zephynia 14, natural 1, so it's a 0. And then the ones next to them would be the furthest as far as 30 feet. So 13, which is a 12, and 12, which is an 11. So
okay, so the ones that
two of them
failed are
survive.
turned. Well, they unfortunately I can just turn them at this point. They don't go boom.
Okay, got it. So
But they're turned until, hang on a second. What is it's I think it's in turn until, where is it? Until they take damage or something else. Where to go? Sorry, I'm trying to do look at 13 different things here. For 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Okay. They're like held in place, or what? What's the?
They're turned, so they would need to flee. I think that's what turned means.
I think they are repelled by you. Like,
yeah,
they would flee.
Yeah,
for a minute.
That means that they can't actively go in your direction.
Mm-hmm. So basically, I'm trying to get him off. Mostly, I'm trying to get him off of Zephinia.
Appreciate it.
What's the
getting
ability
him
or
off
spell you're doing?
Wherever I can. Turn the unholy. It's under channel divinity.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I just want to see because it should have actually a little bit better of an ability.
I think it's a higher level that they can be destroyed. I don't think I have that yet.
Why can I not?
Here we go. A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can use only the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense. Basically works as fear. Anything else?
And is this one of the ones that's turned?
Yeah, so this one is, one of these are, and both these are.
All right. Well, that's, see how much movement was that? All right. I'm sorry, which one did you say was not?
The ones that are not, one of these guys and one of these guys.
Okay, so one of the ones that's not, let's see, can I get back there? Yeah, I'm gonna come back here and take a swing at this guy.
Okay.
Oh no, that would be my action. This was my action, so never mind.
Okay.
No, that's it. That's my turn.
All right, got it.
I am still gonna use that movement. Okay. Sorry, I am still gonna use that movement. Come back this way so I can to follow Dahlia.
Okay. So,
all right, that's my turn. Sorry.
All right, so this one's turn is going to actively try to flee you. So I'm going to have it go over here. This one is going to attack Zephinia. 15 to hit.
It's not.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's actually supposed to be this one, not that one. So it's actually going to move up. So it would have missed. Its partner is going to attack you then. Oh, with a 3.
No.
These two are going to also do what this guy did, and they're going to drop down and start standing up, cracking up their bones as they start standing up straight, as their twisted legs start trying to crack, and they start standing up in more of a humanoid position. Gaju.
Both of the ones at the doorway are dead?
This one is just one left. If they have the cross on it, means there's one instead of 2.
Okay.
And let's see. And then there's 2 right underneath the spiritual weapon. Or technically over it. It's just the token sitting underneath.
Okay. We'll go ahead and attack the one directly above the doorway.
Okay.
24.
24 is a hit, yeah. It's against this guy?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, 24.
It's gonna be 7 damage.
Okay. He is pretty much dead. Yep.
And that's all I can do. I'll back up a little bit so that the others can get in when they have a chance.
Okay. Zephynia.
Actually,
Oh, what? Yep, go ahead.
I'm also right next to the summoning portal thing. Can I do anything about that?
You could give me either an Arcana check, an Insight check, or a Perception check on it.
I'll do Perception. That's a 5.
5. I mean, outside looking in, to you, it looks like this big formation of pus that's just pulsating off the ground.
Ugh.
As a spellcaster, it looks like someone originally summoned some kind of portal here, and it's malformed into this disgusting sickness to the ground, almost like a wound that's festered. But that's all you can really figure out from watching it.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Zephynia.
Hearing that something bad is coming and we better get back, I am going to hit this one in front of me one last time.
Okay.
No. That would be a 14 to hit.
14's a hit.
Yay. 6 damage.
Okay. Against
And
this
I'm
guy?
going to... one with the red circle.
Okay. He's dead.
Hey, and then I am going to back up and get down into the room.
Okay. All right. Monreal.
I really don't like the looks or sounds of this sucking, slurping, pulsating wound on the floor. And I'm gonna just yell back. Guys, I might need help with this nasty business. And I'm gonna try something. And I set my cane down and I twist the handle around 2 times and I crank it up and I crack it back down and I slam it down against the ground, and from in front of the head of the cane, this not orange and green pulsating orb is gonna form and shoot out at the portal, and that is going to be it's an acidic chromatic orb for does 23 hit?
Yeah, it hits the portal.
Oh yeah, dodge this portal. Okay, and then I'm gonna roll. $20 damage. 20
what-
acidic damage.
20 acidic damage? Okay.
Yeah.
You fire your cane at it, and you shoot at it, and it looks like it just kind of like... You'll know what happened to the blast. Like, it almost like it ate it, and then just pulled back down, almost like long jaws as far as hands just kind of grabbed it. It kind of like did a small little pop of like an explosion, and then just went back to normal again.
I don't like that at all. So I'm gonna say, yeah, guys, I'm definitely gonna need help here, and I'm gonna skedaddle, and I'm gonna head back down. How far would 25 feet get me to just to the corner of this hallway?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Could
That's where I wanna.
could I interject while she's sprinting by?
Okay.
Sprinting's pretty generous, but yeah.
I see Monreal sprint by the door, and I'm like, Monreal, get in here.
Oh, yeah. One second. I just gotta do one thing real quick. But here, hold on. Watch the doctor for me. And I send the doctor over to Dahlia, and they coo and pull up on their shoulder and give him a friendly little peck. And then I'm like, keep him safe. And I go back to sprinting.
She's
Right
going to
around
get us killed.
to the edge of the hallway.
Okay. All right. At the beginning of their turns, since none of you see it due to you not being in this hallway, you hear the the six that have elongated themselves and stood up on feet immediately start screaming with this high pitch as you hear it bellowing through the halls. You do not see what happens since no one's watching, but all of a sudden the voice changes as you hear more of a deeper sound appear in place.
Oh my god, they Voltron.
Oh.
The Voltron.
Amazing!
Evil Voltron.
Rose in Voltron. New on ABC.
Thanks, I hate it.
Oh, yay.
Oh,
Don't like that.
The worst.
Do not want.
I'd like to return this, please.
As it immediately, you hear it on the ground, and you hear it actually sprint. As you all see this, immediately run up to you and start screaming at you as it immediately almost pierces your eardrums. You see a 5'10" tall, disgusting, infestation of a creature with all these tendrils ripping out of its back, and one arm is like a long tendrilled blade that looks sharper than a sword.
Thanks, I hate it.
It's gonna attack
Lovely.
Monreal.
Monreal, no!
Okay. Does my can I expend one charge of my
To dodge it?
range?
Yeah, you can move 5 foot in a different direction, which wouldn't be that far because it's not a full space battle map, so you just dodge it. It does have multi-attack, so it's going to move ahead, and the person right in front of it is, I think, I got so many tokens here. It looks like Dira, so it's going to attack Dira.
That's me.
And 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, so it swipes you, and you're able to pull back and use your shield up as you see this bloody ass blade come at you, and as it hits your shield, you almost see it kind of almost smear a paintbrush against your shield as it reforms, as it pulls itself back.
Whoa.
We go to, God, I got a mess here. We go to this guy who's still hanging from the ceiling, and he's also going to attack Dira with a pathetic 6. That is it. We're going to go to Dahlia.
Can I grab my 2 comrades and drag them into this room? Because
You
I really
certainly
feel like
can
we
try.
need to free.
You certainly can try.
Flee.
I'll allow you to grab one of them just because, like, what's your strength?
Terrible. It's terrible.
Okay,
It's,
so I'll allow you to do one because
it's an
this will. You can either use strength or athletics for this, but you'd only be able to do one as an action to be able to grab somebody and physically pull them in, and that's also taking into account that they're not resisting. So obviously you'll have an easier time just pulling Monreal through.
I was going to go.
She'll have a
Monreal.
smaller DC to actually beat.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to grab Monreal and drag her into this room.
People are getting off these sessions.
I offered advice and you didn't take it, so now I use force.
A lot of hands on this time. Okay.
Everybody wants a piece.
Everyone wants a piece.
Sure.
Everyone wants a piece of
Purple.
Monreal.
Okay, athletics, right?
Athletics, yeah.
Okay. 15.
That is fine. You're able to grab Monreal and pull her in half of your distance into the room. So 15.
Okay.
Ooh.
I pull her into the room. I see. Let's see. Thera, is that Thera?
Yep.
There. I'm
Oh,
going
no,
to yell at her
Oh, that's-
and
No,
say,
there it
"Get
is.
the hell in the room!" And then I don't see Gaju, so I'm going to yell down the hallway, "You need to be in here too!" And then I'd like for my spiritual weapon, if possible, shit. If it can move in front of Dira,
Okay.
I'd like for it to do that, and I'd like to slash at these boys. Probably the one closest.
Okay.
Oh shit! I dropped it again. I do this all the time. All right, we're gonna roll this other one.
You need a dice tray.
I that's the funny part. It was in the dice tray. I
Oh.
picked it up and it like did that thing where it flew out of my hand.
Aggressive roller over here.
I'm stressed right now. I'm so stressed. I can't let these homies die. It's my one job. Don't eat that dice, Babu. Don't eat it. I have trust issues. Did you eat it? All right. Sorry. We're gonna roll this and then I'll check him. Oh, okay. 19 plus 4. Okay, so does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
Cool. 1d8 plus 2. Oh gosh. What does a d8 look like? I don't remember. It's one of these like diamond ones, right?
Yeah, pyramids stuck to the
Yeah, it's
bottoms
the
of
one
each
that you
other.
don't want to walk on.
Perfect.
No, that's a D4.
No, that's definitely D4, yes.
Okay, it was a 10. I got an 8 with it.
Yay.
Plus 2. So it's a 10.
Okay.
I was
So
like, how did you get a 10 on your D8?
Because I get the
it's
plus
a plus
2.
2.
No,
Magic.
I know, but if she rolled a D8 and got a 10, I was like, oh.
I'm just that good. I'm so
that's
good
magic.
that you guys should follow me into this room. Just
All right,
saying.
so you're able to kill one of the two of them. One is left.
Oh, thank goodness. There it is. Oh, thank goodness. He didn't eat it. Okay. And I believe that is all I can do for my turn. So,
Okay.
heed my warning, friends. Help me. Come help.
Let's see. Dira.
Okay. I am not in melee with the big ugly thing, correct?
Let's see. No, you're just out of melee range.
Okay, so I'm actually. I noticed that Gaji was looking a little rough when he came by me over there, so I'm actually going to go in and take a swipe at this one.
Mm-hmm.
And that is. That is a whopping 6 to hit,
Mm-mm.
which, no. And I'm going to go crap and keep going past and go, come on, we're all trying to get in this room over here. And that is my turn for now.
All right, the rest of them are gonna actually. This one's gonna creep on the ceiling, and it's actually gonna run over to this guy.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
This one's gonna creep over here as well. And they're all gonna drop down and try to stand up. Got you.
So the summoning circle that that consumed Monreal's spell.
Until you do more investigation to kind of like understand what happened, it still seemed like it damaged it, but it looks like it looks like whenever something happens around it, that as far as you could tell, because this is like the only time it happened, it looks like when any energy gets too close to it, it tries to absorb it. So it might have absorbed it, but still kind of like a creature eating some kind of blast. It still ate it for sustenance, but still damaged it internally. If that makes any sense.
Like a jalapeno.
Okay. So I'm basically gonna see Monreal like book out and then Dira come running in. I'm going to cast Frostbite on the summoning spell. Or the circle.
The circle?
Yeah, that's a Constitution 13 save.
Okay. It cannot protect itself from any spell attacks, so it automatically fails.
Alright, that's a 1d6. That's a 3.
Okay, and then what was the spell you did?
Frostbite.
Is it a ranged or a melee?
60-foot range.
6-foot range. Okay. Same thing as what happened with the acid. You shoot it, it like comes out and eats it like a giant claw and pulls it back up as it immediately kind of freezes over for a second and then turns back to normal.
Okay. And then I'm going to, I guess, heed Dira's advice and cross to the other room.
Okay. All right. Zephinia. Are you muted?
I am. I just figured, telepathy, you guys can hear me. I'm gonna sneak on by and just take one step out of the room and attack big scary guy with the chain sickle.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, I got a nat 1 for a total of 5.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll to see what a nat one's gonna get you for this.
Oh no.
Pick evens or odds.
I'm scared. Odds.
Odds? Okay. That works. So as you swing, he's able to catch the chain, but you're able to pull it back and he loses grip out of it as it doesn't do any damage to your chain.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I am just gonna pop right back on into this room and end my turn.
Okay. Monreal.
What else is in this room? What's
You can give me an investigation check on the room if you like.
Heck yeah. Nat 1, baby.
Well, as far as you can see, it is a large room, several desks in the middle. It looks like this is like a soldier's office, as in multiple soldiers stationed here for like a break, eatery. That's all I'm going to tell you with the Nat 1.
Okay. Alright, I deserve that. I am going to... I'm going to head over here.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm gonna start looking at one of these desks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, any wondrous delights?
Well, you already made an investigation check. If you want to use up the rest of your turn, you can give me one more investigation check, but that would end your turn.
Okay, yeah. As I sprint over to the desks, I go, I'm gonna see if there's anything here that can help us.
Okay.
And that's a 20.
20. Okay. Let's see. So, out of desks, you do find. You find a wrap of Thor +1 steel arrows. And that's it.
Great. All right. I'm going to scoop those into my bag, and I go, it doesn't look like there's a lot here right now, but everyone's doing really great. Gaju, would you like another visit from the doctor?
Sure.
And I will I'll take the doctor off of my shoulder and whisper in my ear, I'm not ready yet. Don't let him know. And I send him off over to Gaju, and they who enthusiastically and plop down onto your shoulder, and we let it slide. I just kind of look, and I just kind of blink at Gaju, and I'm like, "You go get him, Tiger." And that's my turn. And the Doctor Who's enthusiastically again, kind of ruffles up, puffs up their chest, sticks their beak out, shakes their feathers a little bit more, and then sits back down and goes, "Whoo," and that's and just gives Gaju an affectionate peck on the head.
Okay.
Where on the head?
All right.
It's a relevant question.
Where on the head?
Yeah, that's
Just
actually
right
yeah.
That is a relevant question.
Just a little behind the ear, just a little.
Behind the ears.
I say peck, but it's just like a little. It's just a little.
Okay.
And that's the doctor's turn.
Okay. All right. So to the creatures,
Oh boy.
this one that's the last of that wave is going to attack Dahlia with a sting. So you need to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh no, that's your
her spiritual weapon.
Okay, that's a spiritual
Yes.
weapon. So then it is going to try to sting, and it won't do anything. So that's the end of its turn. So Dahlia, it's your turn.
I'm going to call for Deer again, and just be like, "We're waiting on you." Like,
I'm coming.
Okay. Thanks. As I'm guarding, like bracing against the door, can I do a quick investigation sweep around the room as well? Because I'm like,
Yeah.
what if they're in here? I'm screwed. So we'll roll for investigation. 18. These dice are doing pretty good for me.
Pretty good. All right.
So that would be a 21. Sorry.
All right. So over here, there is a table that has a standard potion of healing.
Oh, not.
I'm trying to see what I got in here. Okay. So over here, you see what looks like a very similar to the vials that you guys found that were stolen from the building, but they have a blue liquid inside that's just laying there with an open case. Sitting on top of one of the desks is... You would actually know this since you're a cleric, is you see a vial of holy oil.
Oh, nice.
And then you see that there is actually what looks like a door right here that leads into this room, and it looks like some kind of office.
Okay. Do I see anything that could help me barricade this door?
There's plenty of rubble on this side door that you could pull from to barricade this door. Like, you could pull off some of the barricade off this guy and move it to here.
Okay. I will... Guys, we need to barricade this door. Can you grab things? And then, I'd like to go ahead and just try to attack with my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
How long do I have this thing? Like, is it... Because that's the thing, I can't find where it technically it doesn't take damage. Okay, it lasts a minute.
So, let's see, there's... 22 times 6. It would essentially be done at this point.
Okay, so should it dissipate now?
Yeah, it dissipates.
Okay.
Just because there's so many creatures and everybody technically gets 6 seconds of time, so it would have elapsed quickly.
My big magical spear just dissipates and I go, shit. And, well, if it dissipates, can I recast it as a distraction?
You could definitely recast it. Yeah.
Okay. I bring that bitch back because I'm like shit. And I'm just holding the door for Dira now, so Dira feels like coming over. Like, I got the door open, there's some beers in the fridge or something, like, come on over. And now I'll let my turn.
Okay. Dira.
Right, I am going to come over to the door. Right before I come to the door, I'm going to... This is probably stupid, but I'm going to try it anyway. I am going to try and chuck that hammer at this guy.
Okay.
I have no idea what I should even roll for that.
Roll me athletics.
Okay. Well, that's cool, because I have... which is a good thing, because it's an 11. I have proficiency in it. So, that's an 11.
You do miss the creature, as if it stood completely still, you would have hit it, but it just kind of... The throw was a little bit slower, so it was able to move out of the way as an easy reaction to kind of, like, dodge the actual hammer. And it did not hit it.
Oh, hell. And then I duck in the room and start helping them barricade the door.
Okay. Alright, so at the end of your turn, it does go to the creatures. These ones scream like the other ones did, as they do their Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
And
you'll love to hate to see
turn into one of the hunters.
Do they need 6 to create this?
No.
And probably nothing's left that's turned now, right?
No, yeah, that's it. That's all. So I can't do anything. The only way it works is that what?
No, there's not that. None of them are now. Once they're combined, they're probably not turned anymore.
No, not turned anymore. They're a different creature by all intents and purposes.
Yep. So I notes.
All right, so I'm gonna say, to speed this up, since you're all in the room, you can all give me a team strength check or athletics check to see how fast you can quickly move the rubble from one door to the other to barricade.
I'm going to use the chunk D20 for this.
DC is 40. If you can all together at least get 40, you can successfully move all the enough barricade to block it before they bust in.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Natural 1.
Plus 4 on my athletics, so that's 24.
Okay.
Total is 6 for me.
Okay, so that's still 30.
11.
Okay, so I mean,
That gets us there.
yeah, you already got it there. So through the effort, you've been able to all move some of the rubble from this door to this door, and this door is now blockaded as they start slamming into it and screeching and yelling at it. as it's moving a little bit, but you got plenty of time to figure out which one to do before they bust in.
All right, I am going to stay by the door and just say, "Somebody come up with a plan. I'm going to be ready to get ready to hit them as they come in."
Go out the other door and into the lobby.
Let's we have to find the runes. So search the room really quick. If we don't find it, we book it to the lobby.
Fair enough.
Okay, if you guys want to all work together, you guys can give me a team investigation check. Also, Dahlia, did you grab all the things you found?
I found things.
Didn't
Wait,
you?
yes, I do. I did find things. Okay, there was holy water and there was
so
a healing
you got
potion.
holy oil.
Holy oil, sorry.
Yep.
And then a healing potion.
That
was a minor healing?
It was just a regular healing potion. Yep.
Okay.
And then the oil that you found here is technically to describe it so you can put it in your inventory. It's called a remedy potion.
Okay. Do I know what that does? Or...
By the look of it, you can at least assume that the potion itself can cure you of sickness, possibly disease.
So it's like a lesser restoration type potion.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
You know, I know now isn't the time, but I used to sell this really great oil diffuser that I think that would be perfect for.
You should tell me about it when we're in the lobby.
You bet. I still have a pamphlet, too.
Okay.
Team investigation.
9.
9.
16.
10.
Nat 20.
Yes.
All right. All together,
Plus-
you're able to work together to figure out the rest of the things in the room. So, inside the office, which is this guy, you figure out that this is a captain's office, probably the head soldier that ran the area. You find a couple pretty neat things. So, first off, for whoever wants to take it, you have the captain's sword, which is a crystal longsword.
Ooh.
You were able to find I can't remember which one this is. God, I got so many notes. You find the copper key. It's the exact same symbol of the aberrant, but it is full copper, and it is a large key, roughly 1/4 monoreal.
That's a pretty small key.
Other than that, it looks like this area is, it looks like it's specifically an office and break room for soldiers that patrol this area and maybe patrol the town, or at least did. I'll say that one of you did find a note inside the captain's office that was essentially orders, essentially telling from an executive office that soldiers from the Aberrant Empire will be bringing in items into your storage office. Please do not interrupt them from their dealings. There will also be a spell casted there. Please do not interrupt them from casting their spells. Please move on with the business as you would normally. And make sure that if any interference comes, make sure that you block it out.
Seems like interesting orders. Okay. That wouldn't be what the summoning circle came from, you guys think? Right?
I'm not making any bets on anything at this point.
I'd say that's pretty magical.
Did anyone want the crystal sword?
Is there anything special about her, or is it just crystal?
Yeah,
Is
it's magical.
Okay.
Did you want to check it?
Yes, please.
Insight check.
Insight check. 16.
16. I will pull it up for you real quick. My homebrew creations. Captain's Crystal Longsword. This magical blade is fashioned from a spine of a crystal dragon. When hit with an attack roll using his sword, the target takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage. Has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. When you hit a creature with attack roll using a sword, you can spend 1 charge to regain a number of hit points equal to the extra radiant damage the sword has dealt.
Nice.
While you're holding the sword, you can use the bonus action that causes it to shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light in an additional 30 feet, to cause it to shed dim light in a 10-foot radius, or to douse the light.
If nobody minds, I am going to turn in swap out my chipped moon-touched longsword for this pretty thing.
Okay.
Go for it.
So,
Don't mind.
FYI, if you guys get anything from me for this campaign, search it up by literally typing in C1.5. All your items from this campaign will be located in the campaign 1.5. So just go C1.5 Captain's Crystal Longsword. That's as simple as that. That way, if there's another longsword, you don't get it confused, or if you can't find it, it's easier to find through my stuff. So, you grabbed your things. Do you guys book it out of there and head to the main hall?
Yes.
Okay.
That is my plan.
Okay, so as you start running out, the creatures actually hear that you're running around, and they starting to meet you, make chase, as you all about get to this point. Do you decide to close the door behind you as you cross into the main hall?
I would assume yes.
Could I cast Thaumaturgy again and make a very loud, I want to make it sound like there's running feet
Sure.
over here.
Okay, so yeah, you cast Thaumaturgy. They do kind of stop, and you can hear them, like, don't even think about it. They immediately charge in that direction, trying to attack wherever the sound is. They react before they think about it.
Okay. Run!
Okay, so you all escape, assuming you drop the door. As you immediately run through and you drop the door down, you can hear the springs.
Oh, wait.
Well, yeah, I'll
I was
move you.
gonna... Oh, I was gonna say, if we drop it, it's not gonna open back up. So I think this is the door that doesn't...
Yeah.
That's right.
The springs will bust. Yeah.
I am the last one through, and I know that because I opened it. So...
All right. So you run through and you still drop it, as you do hear the springs just bust due to rust and poor craftsmanship.
Do it on their own?
Yep.
Do it on their own? Or okay.
Well, no, you pull it pull it down, and then it just kind of like busts halfway through as you just like let go as it just drops. And there's no way to lift it back up anymore.
I wasn't actually planning to pull it down.
Oh, you weren't
going to
pull it down.
Break.
Okay, I thought you were going to pull it down. Okay.
No, that's what I said. Is I'm the last one through, and I know that, so I am not going to pull it down yet. I'm going to stand right here. That's our last resort.
Okay.
There was a reception desk or something in here, wasn't there?
Yeah, but it's not detached. It's part of the actual ground. It's like built up into the actual.
Tiffany, you're not still back there, are you?
No, I came out right before you.
Okay, good.
Just didn't move my character.
Okay,
yet.
just making sure.
As you immediately hear the
cat.
sprinting of these creatures coming closer to you.
So the door's broken and we're screwed?
No, she didn't. She decided not to close it.
Do I close it? It ain't gonna open again.
Whatever keeps them from coming after us, because I don't know if we can take them.
Hold on,
We
one
have to
second.
come out one at a time.
Hold on, let me look at it. And I see if I can cast mending on the break. Not the brakes. The locks.
Well, the whole thing is kind of an intricate mess. To mend it, you would have to fix the whole item.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, everybody back up.
I can assist. I also have mending, if that makes it faster. Or anything.
Let me check let me see if that could actually. Let's see.
Single breaker tear.
I'll say if you both want to try to mend it at the same time, you're able to at least fix it for another charge to like allow it to be fixed, to open it and close it one more time.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So as the creatures immediately come, you immediately cast it. And I'm assuming drop down the door.
Yeah, I use my cane and I reach up and I slam it down.
All right, so you immediately fix it to a little bit better property, and you pull down the cane as the creatures charge, and you just close it just in time, so you just see some of the metal actually bubble in as they actually charged in. You're able to fix it just enough where you can actually lift it up and drop it one more time.
Holy orc dingleberries! I hate this. I hate this place.
I hate everything about it.
I have a good idea. Let's go through the door that's not covered in blood this time.
Let's go through the doctor's door.
Fair enough.
At this point, since you see the windows outside, you start seeing the wind start getting vicious outside as it starts pushing against the windows.
We're going to die.
It starts shaking so much that the windows actually start breaking as you hear the scream of the spirit.
I like Dahlia's idea. Let's go in there.
Let's go.
As she immediately appears in the center.
Oh shit.
We're gonna end it there.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no. Oh, I'm so stressed.
Oh my goodness.
This is fine.
So, you guys did quite a lot with, finding a tunnel way through and actually getting inside without having to deal with the spirit outside. So I'll allow you to get a level up early, so you guys can level up.
Yeah.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Plus, you got your items that you got, which is a nice chunk of what we have.
Which we're going to need.
Yep. Feel free to pull those up into it. Whoever has whatever stuff, feel free to put them into your character. If you're the one who found them, unless you want to give them away to somebody, you can put them in your equipment. The names I gave you should be the names that they're actually looked up under. So like the whole, look up holy oil. That'll be because there is a difference between holy oil and holy water. And yeah, so first part of the mansion, how we feeling?
Survived.
We survived.
Wait,
I'm
Those
stressed.
are creepy, icky things.
Yeah.
Well done.
Didn't die.
I love horror, so
I
like
love
when
the
they
creepy, icky
creatures.
things.
Yeah.
They're very good at creepy, icky things.
I did have a question. There was some loot found in the hallway at the end or on the bodies.
Yeah.
There were some there were boots.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what it is.
I've got that stuff, so we can if we get a minute to figure it out, I can. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so
I
you at
was-
least
the
wrote down
boots-
what it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's the boots, the cloak, and the where is it? Dagger.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that somebody had noted that because I know that I was
Yeah, I tucked him away for future discussion. So yeah, we've got him.
dang, perfect. Yeah, that was powerful.
That was a night. Woo, you guys! Happy Halloween!
All
I'm
right.
so
Yeah.
So everybody, thank you for watching. We got a couple new follows, so thank you for checking out the stream and following.
Thanks, y'all.
Check out the stream tomorrow and check out a few of us plus some of the other group on Saturday for Call of Cthulhu. So everybody, good
Yeah.
night and thank you for watching.
Bye.
Good night.